Hello, TikTok. Can you hear us out there?
Yes, we can.
These are my nuts. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's coming through.
All right.
Sweet. I'll take the computer home and get that straightened out this week or for next week or whatever.
Your nuts, or
Get my nuts straightened
I
out.
gotta take the computer home and get my nuts straightened out.
It's not hard now that I can get on live. I can probably figure out how to do it.
How to get your nuts?
How to get my nuts. All right. My nuts aren't hard. Okay, so we reached our 1,000 follower goal about a week ago. And we told everybody we're going to do a drawing tonight. And I wanted to show you guys what we're giving away. This is the Goblin Horde that we're giving away to one of you tonight. So we have...
Do not play near fire.
How many people we have to draw from?
1,262.
Okay. Mr. Dennis has a program that he's going to input that number into. He's going to hit random. When that happens, we're going to jump on TikTok. I'm going to get on TikTok real quick here. I'm going to dig through our followers and find that number. So, drum roll. Right? Oh, wait, that's the real Rocky. Sorry. And the magic number is...
Working.
Processing.
Computing.
1,054. 1054.
The winner is... This is going to be hilarious.
Abraham Lincoln.
I swear to you people, we do not fix these in any type of situation.
If you say Ben.
No, it's Taryn Krakenslayer.
Okay.
Congratulations, Taryn. We'll be reaching out to you in the next 5 seconds
Really?
to let you know you've won. You won the Goblin Horde, custom made by Mr. Dennis over there.
Yeah, they're arcane as long as you have it on your paper.
Yeah, 16 legend ships.
Yep, I recall that big pile of horse shit you tried to fly my way, and I'm happy to get it off my shoe and back onto your face.
Thank you very much.
So I'll have to draw 4.
Are we drawing for new chips now?
No, but my character Julius hasn't even played yet, so I gotta
Oh.
chips for him.
So tonight we are playing Deadlands Classic again.
Yep.
We are continuing on with a little bit of backspill story from campaign we've been playing. If you want to take the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's you, Mike.
Da, 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 da,
Mike is
da.
running the game tonight.
Yay! Everyone get out there poop and let's make a statue.
Oh boy, I made that now.
No, we already did that game.
Oh.
That was Warhammer.
Oh, okay. Yes, we did. That wasn't
That
one.
was funny. Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yes. So,
Been there, done that.
yes. So the Broken Banjo is a bar establishment that Brother Cobb here was able to procure after
Father.
Yep.
Brother, father,
Father
sister,
Cobb, yep.
uncle.
Father Cobb was able to procure after basically removing the former resident, who was a very swiney, hectorious, horrible person. Pedophile! Now, that,
Other
drugs,
things.
memorabilia, very, very horrible place.
Pedophile, drugs, memorabilia.
It was a
He was a member of a band.
Yeah, Star Wars action figures.
it was
horrible.
predated Pizzagate.
Yep. But yes, so during this time of investigating the place, basically found out all the dealings that he had. Oh my goodness.
Pretty funny the lights just went out.
Yeah. 5 I've gotten.
That's
Yes.
just 5 you think you've gotten.
Yeah. I got 5. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna back up track. So the Broken Banjo, they basically took over and legally purchased the property, and Father Cobb was wanting to turn it into a youth center and actually remodel it and actually be a beacon of hope within this basically tenements of Memphis. And through the PCs helping out and other individuals, they basically gutted the building and rebuilt it, and it is quite fancy now. Their neighbor, who is this Egyptian inventor, he basically ran Ghost Rock ran heating and cooling and lights into the facility, so that way it is basically kind of like his own, off his own networks. And last adventure, they encountered the traveling wagon, which basically appears randomly from time to time in the empty yard next door. Basically, it's a broken teleporting device wagon. You get into it, and who knows where it's going to go. One of 12 places at random times.
Just brought a lion from the ocean.
Yeah,
Come on.
basically, the lion popped out of it and attacked one of Bobby's character's Beck's horses. And expert shot of Rob there, shot him right in the heart, and took him off to get taxidermied. And in the meantime, when they came back in, they met another gang that was in there, and they were wanting to have Father Cobb pay protection money.
I don't think they ever actually said that.
Huh?
I don't think they ever actually said that.
Oh, you did.
He just said he wanted the place.
Well, the kid told us that. Or
Yeah.
somebody told us about the
That's what they
protection
were
money.
doing, but I don't think he ever actually said anything.
We never gave him a chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
Pretty
much.
much told him to get the hell out.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned it a little bit, but you kind of cut him off a lot. So there was one Latino fella.
Young guy, rather religious.
The younger kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't really want to fight because he was like, he offered to basically do like a boxing thing with the kid. He didn't really want to fight a priest. And then
Oh, is that who he wanted me to fight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the kid was
And I
like,
didn't want to put up the banjo.
yeah,
I
well,
don't
you didn't
know
even
what that
find out what it was. He was just like, he just told you before he paid me protection money and then had him do stuff for him and stuff like that. You know, he just wanted his cut. And somebody rolled really high and knew that he was basically kind of ran stuff in Memphis here, and then what was the other town? Nashville. He was based out of Nashville, but he actually did extortion and stuff like that around various areas. So,
I think that was Father Baker.
yeah, Baker. Yeah.
Is that your other character, Julius?
Now Dale plays Father Baker, who is also familiar with Father Cobb, and he came down to help with the new youth center.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a former boxer,
Mm-hmm.
and so they've been helping teaching the kids and everything else. So when he saw them, he knew of them, and they had been down here before. And basically, he told them he'd see you around, and you know, that's the way it's going to be. And you'd regret it. And so they all left. There was two large, giant Polish individuals. There were two Mongolian guys, and there was also looks like a gun for hire gentleman, 2-gun kid who was had guns drawn at you almost simultaneously, and then the leader himself, and then Hector, the Latino gentleman, and pretty much
A different Hector?
Huh?
Was his name Hector too?
Yeah.
Different Hector.
Oh, Jorge. I'm sorry.
Jorge. It's Jorge.
Jorge, damn it.
Yeah, my grandfather.
Oh, that's
said
where I
we
knew
need
that
to
damn
join
name.
this
I love
gang.
that
We'll change it from Jorge. Since we already have that here.
Who's that?
Hilo.
Hilo.
Julio.
Julio.
Is he in the schoolyard?
with me.
All right. So pretty much you guys left that, and then this is kind of back in time for these characters. Then the Christmas event happened with the Krampus, where you've saved the kids of the orphanage and other ones from that ceremony.
Okay.
Then you guys. Oh wait, this was after that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Isn't it? Soon after that, it was.
Yeah, the Krampus came first, and then this
happened.
scenario.
Then we went to Mexico.
Then I went to Mexico and got rid of the relic.
The jawbone.
That was the
Yeah.
worst summer
Hi,
vacation
Sue.
ever.
I Sue.
Hi, Mom.
And pretty much you guys are heading back into Memphis, so we'll just pick it up from there. I know we kind of.
Okay. We had several. Obviously, on the way back from Mexico on the ship, we had several days then, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I rolled twice. I prayed, and I got the miracle guide.
Okay.
And then I tried for a gift. I failed, but I can do it once every day, and I don't need to lose points. So I was going to roll again.
Sure.
To try and pick that up.
And to get rid of a thing is two times.
Two times.
Okay. So, the third day then, on our way back, I want to pick up the gift. Spiritual giant.
Okay.
And what that does is
Oh.
that is going to give me an effective body type of 7.
Boy.
Without actually change, it doesn't change my body, but it does actually give me, for as far as damage is concerned, it's now 7.
He becomes much more endowed.
Nice. Okay.
After we had run off the bad guys, the mafioso, the Western guys, I was going to ensconce myself on the side table of the private bar area.
Oh yeah.
With pencil and paper, scribbling and making diagrams, furiously putting down
Well, and
everything I could conceivably remember.
Well, you can roll your mad scientist or your engineering.
Mhm.
You have steam engineering though, right?
I have steam engineering, and I also have mad science.
Okay.
So there's
I would just probably it's
Just mad science.
mad roll your mad science.
Because it's not a normal machine. Obviously.
7.
Okay. Well, you're able to write down some of it, so it's I need to see it again, but you are able to recall some things about it and try to sketch out stuff. So it's the beginnings of a blueprint. So if you want, how that stuff works, you can slowly work towards it, but it's the beginning. Definitely have to see it again and get in there. So
What was this for?
The inside of the wagon.
The mechanism inside the wagon. So,
Okay.
of course, in the due course of time, as I try to refine it or make additional notes, whatever, meet with my contact in the Swedish community,
Right.
and have him get that sent back home
Okay.
to the king.
Okay. Now, you've only had did I do the second thing with you or just the first one with you?
Well, I'd gotten the note back that the king ignited me.
Right.
Where'd our dry erase board sign go?
Things over there.
It was over here.
It was over here.
No, it's,
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Where's that at?
Back behind the TV.
Oh.
Thank you.
what was the second thing supposed to be?
Did you do some ninja shit behind me? Yeah. That was weird.
That was a ghost.
That's a big nap. Yeah, well, I'll just postpone that and then we'll go because I had it written down somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, Brad, you found all that stuff too, the block and the note and all that stuff? Because I handed it to you, the city block.
Perfect.
The Raconteur
The
Banjo.
neighborhood where
Mhm.
the banjo is. Did you see
Oh,
that? You have it.
I have the map of the tavern
Yeah.
I've got a picture. I don't have the block one, but I did take a picture of it, so I can
Okay.
send it to you.
Yeah, please do, because I've been looking all over for it and I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. So, anyway,
Maybe I still don't have it on this phone, but maybe I put it.
that's fine. That's fine. Just sometime in the future. Sorry, just trying to get up the part.
Oh, that is right there.
This is the one. You can have this. Well, yeah. See, this is the one for the banjo. This is for the block. And I printed it out.
All right.
And I do have drawings for the new banjo too.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Except for the bass variant, I had a couple of questions for that.
Like the cage match area for the kid.
Yeah, that's the ring.
No, it's cage match. Downstairs.
Kick is going. One
You
man.
might-
One
One
man.
man.
I don't
one
might have to
man
because I don't have a
comes
whole
out.
lot of room upstairs. After I put in the strip bar, you know.
So, what I thought I might do,
Just kill everyone.
yes. What we'll do here, as you guys are running in town, is what we're going to do the scene with your character. Father Joe. And what we'll do is you guys will play NPCs of the area, and you just will play them, and we'll just act out what happens, and then that way you can just interact in the situation, and then when you get back, you can be able to know what happened.
Okay.
So we're going to role play that scene where the other guys show up, or you guys are in Mexico, the actual role playing characters. But you guys can choose who to be. I don't have stats for these individuals. I do have an idea, so if you tell me stuff,
Role playing.
mostly role playing, and it's like I'll tell you, like if you play a certain character, okay, he's going to have about a 40-10 or something of that nature. So basically, around the whole area, the Wally brothers, they're glass workers. They're both pretty muscular gentlemen, but they do a lot of glass work, stained glass work, everything else. Very good artisans, very personable, and pretty friendly as far as this. Once they know that you're a decent person, this was their dad's facility, so they never moved out of the area, and they continued to stay there even when the neighborhood declined. So they do actually do a lot of work for clientele out of the way, and they do walk up their place pretty tight, but they're actually pretty friendly, especially you now that you've cleaned up the neighborhood. They're more than thrilled to do whatever. And in fact, they donate some glass windows that you'll see when you return, and there are actually some that were basically a church and some saints and stuff like that. They can put some of the windows, so that way it looks pretty nice. It'll be a nice surprise when you return.
I don't have any of them.
Okay, well, they'll
People shoot through them.
okay,
No, I'm just kidding.
but they do need a couple nice windows for the banjo. There's one of those two brothers, Oddities. He is basically a Caribbean, Jamaican, witch doctor kind of guy, you know, a voodoo guy, and he buys and sells oddities, pickles feet, eels. He's like, yeah, I get you what you need, you know, and he sells all kinds of weird things. A lot of it's a bunch of hooey. He gets a lot of people come in and like, oh, I need this herb to make me feel better. I get you, I'll help you out.
Sorry.
There's
That's why I pictured the guy at the end.
there's him. There's Span Spectacles. He's just a little mousy guy, and he's a little bit of engineering. He kind of just makes little mentions, but nothing major. You know, he's not a mad scientist. There's the tackle place. There's really nothing there. There's Molly and May, which are two seamstresses. There is a little interesting backstory for them. They do know how to fire pistols, so if you want to use one of them, but they're old ladies. And then, of course, there's always Busty Barrels. There's Busty. There's him. He's the big loudmouth Texan guy, or one of his then. And then, of course, there's Hold In Laundry, which is Master Ho. And basically, there's the old man.
Sonny?
No.
Oh.
Hold In, the laundry man. The Asian
Okay. What
samurai
about
guy.
Sonny? Is Sonny going to be there?
Sonny could be there if you want to play.
I'll be Sonny.
Okay, you can play Sonny. Anyway, who else would anybody like to play? Or you can just play a random citizen.
I'll be the tinkerer. What was his name?
Spartan Spectacles. So Martin Spatten for Martin. And you, of course, play the father. And what about you, Rob?
You gotta play the two women.
Okay, Molly and May?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
They touch your hands together, they become a bigger woman.
Women to powers activate!
They're older women.
Oh,
They're in
a
their,
bucket of water.
they're in their late 50s. Pretty much they're distant cousins, and they were in a Wild West shows. Pretty much they have a 4D. She has a 4D in rifle, and she has a 4D in pistol. 46 and a 48. But the 46 also has a 3D6 in whip. But they like to sew. They have a 5D12 in sewing.
Sweet, you can sew this up real quick.
Stitch that, Jimmy.
I think that lovely Kelvin needs some new duds and everything else he could ever want.
Wink, wink.
And they are together.
Like, together?
Well, they live upstairs.
Oh,
Your sisters.
Cousins. Listen.
I was going to wind up on Pornhub, don't you?
But yeah, okay. Pretty much it's in the evening. Sonny, you're probably just wandered down there to check on the place. You know, just to make sure.
Does he know that Cobb and them have left?
I mean, you probably, I'm not trying, he would tell him,
Yeah.
of all people.
And he would probably know Julius then too.
Yeah.
So, we'll just have, Martin, you,
Yeah.
you're kind of, you heard the banjo was done, and Molly and May were outside, and they go like, well, we you know, I'll play May, you play Molly, how's that? Just for right now, but
Fine.
I'll play. They're like, well, we should go down and see it. I've heard they put them windows in. It should be pretty
I
nice.
did really know, so I said to be just wonderful.
You've got to stay off the heroin.
Hey, don't be this stupid bitch. Get it right.
I believe opium is a choice nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, it's a new sort of thing we're whipping out in the back.
Okay.
Methamphetamine.
Don't trick you with me. You never had opioids?
What?
It's the latest craze.
Well, he's got the opioids with his glasses.
Right.
Good evening,
Why do we always
ladies.
do English people, and no matter what the fuck we're doing?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Good,
Importantly.
good evening, ladies. How are you tonight?
Well,
This
just
evening.
fine.
I'm fine, thanks.
How are you today?
Right. Just fine. I would like to thank you again for that gooseberry pie you sent over.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm glad you liked it.
What gooseberry pie?
I made him a pie.
What?
It was your gooseberries, but you won't eat them. They're about to go out.
This is bullshit.
That's not Bill's. It was gooseberries.
Molly and May, played by Graham Chapman and Terry Jones.
There's some Larry filth over here.
But was that a very slight taste of spam that I was?
Yes. Well, it's actually 99% spam.
Buns.
And then we put one raspberry on top just to make it, you know, a pie.
The spam boysenberry pie.
Yes, it's actually spam, spamity spam, and a boysenberry.
Mm.
It's roasted in spam.
Which is cooked in spam, painted in spam, and formed into spam berry.
Injected with spam.
Actually, it's
just
all
took spam
spam.
and carved it in a ball and painted it green, make it look like boysenberry.
Anyway, we digress. So, would you like to go over and follow the adventure a bit and go over to see the banjo?
Certainly, I sure would like to accompany you ladies over there. I've not seen the results of the renovation.
Well, let's get to going. Yeah, take our arm.
Might as well.
And you kind of walk around the thing, and basically, you're probably just coming as well to check on the place.
Yeah, because
Actually, there is a place there for him to stay.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a room there for
Oh,
him.
All right. Well, you're probably walking back down the alley.
He's just getting back.
Just getting back from tavern.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably coming up the alley by Ho-Chin's, and then Sonny, you're coming up that way as well. Y'all kind of meet. You two will meet first, and then the group. But yeah, you
will
son.
meet first, or
So you two go ahead.
oh, Father, you go by Julius, don't you?
Yeah, Father Julius.
Father Julius, how you doing tonight?
Oh, not bad, Sonny. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I can't complain too much.
Good. Good.
Arthritis is a little sore.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll ease up soon for you.
Oh, I mean,
I can
well,
show you
when
some
winter
exercises.
when
that
winter
might help.
ends, it should be easing up a little bit. And what's her name up above him? Granny.
Oh yeah.
Huh? Was it just Granny?
Yeah, we had a name, but I can't remember right now.
Mary.
Yeah. Marilyn.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Marilyn's got a little bit of concoction that she kind of
Oh.
put on every night.
Up in the Mill Street.
How's the banjo going?
So far, so good. It's been pretty quiet. I'm checking on it once in a while. I've been staying there for as often as I can.
Now, is it actually opened up yet? Then, or? No. Okay.
Well, you might have some,
Okay.
a few kids, but
Nothing's in full swing yet, so to speak. But
Not
I
a
was gonna say, I've been-
social venues.
Paying attention to a few of the kids, I thought maybe I'd talk to you about some of them.
oh, sure, that sounds great.
Since Cobb's not here, you don't know when he's coming back, do you?
No, but it should be soon, from what I understand. I haven't heard any telegrams, nothing like that, but I expect them to be back rather soon. Then we'll probably have a grand opening.
about then,
The world explodes.
we kind of start walking up.
Again?
You forgot your rifle.
I did not.
I did. Oh, you didn't. I did. Now
It's hidden.
that's right.
Shut your mouth.
Oh, it's a nice priest. How nice to see you, Father.
Ladies, gentlemen,
No, Father.
Ladies.
Oh, hello, Sonny.
Hi,
Nice to
Sonny.
see you.
Wait.
Martin.
Martin.
Spartans. Martin Spartans.
Mr. Spartans.
Yes, yes. How are you doing?
Oh,
Sitting?
good. It's nice chilly evening out.
Ah, yes, sir. Winter around the corner. Or,
Almost about as Montana.
almost
Ew, yuck.
Oh, yeah. About then, you guys start hearing some horses coming down the other alley.
Is that horses?
They're coming down that way. And I'm getting off camera. There we go. And here's the banjo because I can't see.
Are they coming fast or slow?
They're riding in pretty quick. There's about 15 horses, so it's pretty loud. They're coming off the main cobble, and you kind of get on that street. It's more just packed earth.
I'm gonna die.
Over here, ladies.
Maybe
We'll get on the
Maybe Mr.
sideboard.
Father Cobb's back. So you guys you're at the mouth of that alley, right next to Ho-Chin's. And,
right.
you're right there at the mouth of the alley right here, and Ho-Chin's kind of putting up laundry, and he kind of looks around. He nods to you, Sonny, and Father. What?
Better get up on the boardwalk. What are they, running cattle through here or something?
Yeah. And they come riding for bear through there, and they're all just gunslinging. Nasty.
We're all dead.
They
We've
look
all been killed. On to the next frame.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There's
And now back to the posse. You find a bunch of dead bodies of your neighbors.
right up in front is this large, looks like, like the bandolero Mexican with a kind of sombrero.
There's a lot of
back.
Mexicans in Tennessee for some reason.
Yeah. Well, this
Well, it's
guy,
like Illinois people in Texas. They're all over.
and he's riding up, and then beside him is a very dapper-looking fellow. He's kind of got the dandy look to him, and he has that mustache like yours, got the long
Oh, the mutton chops.
mutton chops. He does seem to have a rifle out on his hip. Next to him is Julio, and he's got the tattoos all over his face, and he's got a white shirt. And he's just kind of riding, looking around. Then there's about 12 other, basically rough types, different sorts. Some of them are kind of look like just thugs. Some of them look like they're actually like the cowboys. So it's like a group of little montages of this and that kind of groups of guys. Like maybe these three guys right with that guy, and some of them are with this.
They just came from a chewing gum online, eh? They brought enough for everyone. Just blazing saddles.
A movie that was made today would be completely shut down.
Yes. But They seem to be riding up. They do seem to be like a different group of 5 each, but they're all riding together. As they kind of ride up, they ride up pretty quickly, and basically right there in the main area for the banjo, they all just start to get up. Oh, that's it, that's it. And he's like, yes. The one with the mutton chop's like, yes, that's the place. All right, let's break it down. They all start dismounting.
I start walking up there and I say,
Yeah.
Julio.
I walk up behind him.
Yeah.
Standing behind him.
I'll try and get his attention.
Yeah, he's counting the horse. He's like, he looks at you and goes, get on you.
No. What's going on here?
Yeah, what's going on here?
He's like,
Right!
yeah, piss off! One brace is like, right, you folks, just move on, alright? It's none of your damn business. Padre, I don't know what ceilings you have to do with Mr. Cobb, but it's done. Turn around, walk away, you'll be fine.
Well, you ain't the law in Memphis.
That's correct.
Well,
And
he kind of puts the rifle down on his side and he's like, I would think that we might be right now. And, Hart's like, hey, they're just people, man. He's like, you're on thin ice. And they go, like the bandolero, he's like, hey, you're on thin ice, motherfucker. It's like, get off your horse. And some of the other guys some are on horses, and some of them kind of got their pistols kind of clicked at that. Hear some clicking of rifles like that. Well, I just fixed up that place nice as it be. You're going to come burn it down for some damn reason. That Hector fellow's gone, and whatever you had to deal with him's all over with. It's a good, proper place now. We'll not have you messing it up.
But you wouldn't be doing this if Father Cobb was here.
And he's like, nobody's like, he's not here, is he? We'll find out for sure. You friends with him, aren't you?
of course.
He motions over to a couple guys. They start walking over towards you. And they're
I
like,
kind of look at the guy in motion. I'm like, are we to have words?
we might. Why don't you come on over here? They kind of get close. One of them's got a pistol out to his side. The other guy's got a club.
Okay.
To go with that.
Well, I start walking this way.
So the other guys are dismounting. What are you guys doing? Anything at all? They seem to be gathering up some lantern oil and some other stuff, and they start going.
We're still pretty close. What's the business on the corner?
It's that whole end, the laundry. You're right there, Dick. The laundry.
I'll look back. Does it look like maybe I can sneak back and go into that shop?
Oh yeah, there's laundry right there. You could slip away. So.
I'm gonna slip away and see if I can find what's his name? Hold in.
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, is he still? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he just came out and he's just staring at it. His son's come out. He's like wiping his hands. He's like, now what?
Okay,
well, they say something in
I
Chinese.
step back there. I kind of step back the whole line and it's like, you go find some other people here. Get some of the neighbors.
I know. And the son's like, being oil. And the son's like, yeah.
You go find other people. Bring here.
Okay, I speak English. He don't. Okay, I go. He turns and says something to his dad. He says something to his dad. And he's like, crosses his arms.
Tell them to bring some weapons too.
And he says something again to his dad, like pointing it out. He's like, right there. So he runs out the back.
Okay. A real good pitchfork. A burning torch.
What are you doing? Anything?
Ladies, be careful of yourselves.
I don't think you have to worry about that. She can be a raging bitch.
You shut up! I'm gonna ride and you know it. That's what happens.
I think we just Monty Python this group to death.
I think we did.
I'm
Oh my God! I'm bleeding everywhere. Oh, it's me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm shocked. Never mind.
Just see the teeth on that rabbit.
Look at the bones. What were the bones up there? I don't know. I'm going back tonight.
I'm gonna plant myself in front of the front door.
Oh, you start heading to the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can kind of go up there. Those gentlemen come up to you.
I'm going to go ahead and try persuasion. And say,
Okay.
are you really going to attack a man with a cloth?
Go ahead and
Why
roll.
don't you just put your weapons down? We can talk this out.
The guy's made of cloth. You don't want to mess with him.
Yeah.
He's shrouded.
10.
Oh, he had 9.
Mm.
He kind of comes up there, and then Julio's just like, "Yeah, man, come on, priest." The one guy kind of comes up. He's like, "Just come over and talk to him, all right? He ain't gonna hurt you."
Hold on.
They kind of start going up that way. He's
Go
like,
along with him.
"Well, what is this cob, father?"
He's not
The
there
cob
at the moment,
father?
but he should be riding soon.
Like 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we're here to send a message. Anybody else in there?
I can gladly deliver a message for you.
This one's
That
gonna be.
was already your violence.
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough, father. We're going to have to do a much more permanent message. One that Cobb will finally get the message. You don't mess with the 5. And you see guys with like torches and stuff, and everything else like that. You get up on the platform. Go ahead and roll 3d8. Actually, no, 3d10. That's his card. +2 for Keen.
I'm going to try persuasion again on the guy and say, well, perhaps you haven't heard, but sending a message that way will most assuredly be heard by the Lord Almighty.
10.
You're actually getting up in front of some other guys,
Yeah.
and you see basically kind of coming out of the shadows of the back. You see that you basically see Akeem, which is the servant. You know, he's all in black, and he has his tattoos and the tattoo. And he's kind of come up. First, he looks at you, kind of that, and you've seen him. You know that he's the servant of the owner of the thing.
Theater. Yeah.
And he goes, he kind of bows a little bit. He has a scimitar, like the big thick one with the little hilt. And he's kind of coming up, and he's like,
I give him a nod.
he's like,
And he probably at this point sees me drawing a small spanner wrench out from beneath my cup.
he kind of smiles. He's just like, he puts his hand on your shoulder. It's like, do not worry, good man. We will take care of this.
Protecting the neighbors. We're all in it together.
He reaches back, flips out like this larger knife.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just to defend yourself. Stay out of the way.
Thank you.
We'll have you but down. And
He's gonna start juggling the two between.
then he stands up there on the steps. Okay, you used persuasion. You won.
I rolled a 9, yeah.
And that was against the other guy, right?
Yeah.
13. He's like, well, father, I'm afraid he's up in heaven and he's not here right now. He's gonna have to deal with the devil.
Well, that's one of my specialties. And if I have to deal with it, I shall.
He
I
kind
don't
of
want to, but if you insist.
I don't want to make you a example, father. I have to whip you like before, like you were back in the day. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that to your type.
Wow, that's racism around.
Yep, it's true. They're in the South.
It would be the last.
My guy's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
And Father Julius is just staring at him.
Yeah. He's like, just get him out of here. And one of the guys is like, tries to grab your arm. You're gonna resist.
Yeah, and I'm also going to cast a miracle.
Okay.
Smite.
Okay.
So I'm going to try that. So.
What are you doing? Looks like they're all getting ready to torch
I'll
up the banjo.
unsheath my rifle from underneath my petticoat.
She got her pistol out.
You told me to bring your pistols, you bitch!
Always got an extra underneath. You never know what Alabama's men are trying to get in our pants. What do you want?
So I got 1 success, so my strength is now 40-12.
Wow. Okay.
It's 40-10. 40-12. So yes, I'm going to basically pull my arm away.
All right. So
This
they
lasts
just.
for 1 minute.
So that basically he tries to grab you, right?
So it'd be an opposed what?
Re-
Nimbleness?
Yep. Wrestling, I guess.
Well, I do have fighting brawling.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
With
So,
your fighting brawling.
5.
Okay. Nope. The other guy, they kind of go at me.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa.
Pretty much shook out of him. I'm like,
He kind of looks at him. He's like,
if you have words, I'd like them to be with you. And if the guy who was talking to me, I said, if we're going to discuss this in an uncivilized manner, I'd rather discuss it with you.
well, I can teach you a lesson there, Padre. After I keep losing his accent. Oh, I'll be happy to teach you a lesson there, Padre. After we're done burning this place down. He lowers his rifle down to you. It's just like, oh, I can teach you one right now. And you hear like click.
Taking the cowards away.
Best way to live.
Not really.
Now step back. Sonny, what are you doing? The one guy's laying the bead down on the tree, so it's you and Ho-Lin there. And you can roll your cog.
Who's the Arab guy?
Yeah, you go ahead and roll his cog. He's got 3d10.
3D10. I wonder he's always spying on the kids.
Plus 2 for Keen.
11.
Okay, well, you see him, and you also see somebody up on the roof. Like some
It's a fiddler.
gold. Yeah, there's like some gold glints off one of his outfit, like a little costume or whatever it is. So you see a little glint of that, and you kind of look up there, and you see somebody up on the roof too.
Oh no, Steve, what do you think?
I think you're screwed.
Well, what we do? Start shooting him or what? I'm laying up pest on the praise.
Well, it's not good.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll put a beat on the guy on the horse. You know.
I'll let that rifle if I was you piece of shit.
What? What's she saying?
A couple other guys. It's like that Quintino shit standoff. Hey, what do you want to start shooting some ladies? Come on, let's burn this place and get the hell out of here. I don't want to shoot you, old lemon. What the hell, man? I didn't know you. Maybe Jose says something like that. What the hell's this? Now we got the laundry guy too, man?
I kind of look around. Is there more people kind of showing up? Or?
Not quite yet, because he just left. There's some people looking out the doors, you know.
Okay, I probably, if I see somebody looking out the doors, they just kind of...
You see like a couple of busty barrels, busties, a couple guys are standing up there like looking like, what the hell?
I start yelling and it's like, hey everybody, bring out your shotguns.
Bring out your dead.
Go ahead and
They're
roll
wanting
it.
to burn down the banjo.
Okay, go ahead and roll your persuasion.
What's that going to be?
5d8.
I was gonna say it's
5D8.
like 5d12 for Sunny. It's just like friendly.
Okay. When you say that, it's actually 2 guys you pay $10 to. And they're like, what? They're gonna break down the banjo.
That's right. They helped you earn money by putting wheels on wagons.
Wheels and wing go round and round.
You done been in NASCAR together. You gotta help.
Yeah. I said, you better watch what you're doing, boys. It's like, what the hell is this? Get out of here! He fires his rifle up in the air. She's like, they go. Well, the one guy fires a shot up in the air.
Is that the guy who had it trained on me?
No, it's the Mexican one. One of the guys goes back. The other guy kind of stands back and goes, oh, shit, he just shot in the air. But the other guy runs in the back. Hey, they're burning on the banjo.
I can't help but think of, would they be of mind enough to know when he pulled the trigger to go ahead and pull their triggers too, just to cover the shot?
What's that?
Since they were in a show together.
Well,
would
it's
they
kind of they kind of know, but they also got a beat still on the preacher. So
right, but we're got a beat on the guys got the beat on the preacher.
right.
So
There's a lot more of them.
There's a lot more of that. It's kind of one of those things. It's like
don't do nothing yet because we go overpowered, right?
yeah, they're not the way they used to be, but they can still shoot a gun.
Right. Just
Pretty much as you're doing that, and there's some guys come out. Pretty much on the thing is like some guys are heading up that way, about 4 or 5. And he fires a shot. Everyone kind of stops for a second, look at him, and he's like, "Hey!" I said, "I'll kill every man, woman, and child here. I don't give a shit. You're all fucking dead. We're gonna burn this banjo down. You're getting away. You're a dead man."
You're a
You're
blowhard.
If you're a woman.
And then you're next to you say that, and then it says, that is true. You will need to leave here, or by the power of my benefactor, my master,
Grayskull.
the great Ahi Arim. He will take you to the far abysses of this lands and bury you with Ra himself. Was it not Ra, but what is it? That got it.
Anubis?
Anubis. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
He will take you to
I was
Anubis,
trying something
and you will
else.
know no peace again. Leave this place now with your lives. And he uses overall. Ooh, he popped. You rolled a 20.
Oh.
So he has that deep voice, and it's the stare. He's got the stare in the voice. So, and he pulls out that big scimitar when he says it. Four guys walk out, they kind of step a couple steps back. You know, and then while that's kind of happening, are you guys doing anything else?
Just
Anybody?
keeping the beat on the guy's got the beat on the priest.
Yep.
I probably did yell stuff. We're not gonna let you burn down the banjo.
And you can hear moving over the stables like guys are coming out. And
Are we, Father Julian?
yeah.
Not at all.
Well, it seems like this fall calm's got quite a few gentlemen. People riled up here, giving a little bit of hope. Can't have that stuff happening.
We should have
Why,
done that before
certainly
you
we
arrived.
can, my bad ungentleman.
This is your last chance. Leave or die.
Sounds pretty serious.
Dyes are usually something they use in my tinkering with to make parts.
Nice. There you go. And then the one guy's like, he kind of looks, he's less like, we're burning this place down. I don't care.
And therein lies your falling, you whippersnapper.
He kind of looks at this as like, either you get off that porch or I'm going to put a bullet in this here priest's head.
Put a bullet in his head, we'll put one in yours.
That's right, and in your bones too.
And your horse. And the
Yeah.
guy behind you.
And the
his
horse's
balls,
balls.
too.
Yeah.
And the balls of everyone around here.
That's a lot of bolt. We got enough bullets.
Yes, we do. Shut up.
That's how all right.
You always fucking ruin it.
We're
Everybody
gonna
sit
ruin it on
around.
the stage every time. Let's do the bullet trip. Now we're gonna shoot the bottle off the head of the woman in their mouth again. They're bickering.
It wasn't our fault that she moved.
We didn't tell us that, so we put her on a horse.
Right. The damn horse took off running his head. Typical. Let's shoot the balls.
Well, he kind of raised the rifle up. He's like, now you get off that porch.
I say nay, like your horse.
He kind of shrugged his shoulders. All right.
How far away from me is he?
He's probably across the room.
Okay.
So he's going to start doing that.
As soon as he kind of looks over at him and starts to raise that rifle, I'm going to run up and smack it out of his hand.
Okay. We're not going to go into quicknesses, but you just go ahead and we'll just roll like you had a card up your sleeve. So you roll your quickness, roll his quickness.
Okay. 6.
Okay, 6. Go ahead and do your attack.
What's his? Well, I guess. What's his fighting?
3.
$16.
Tries to dodge, but he won't make that. So you smack it. I guess it's opposed strength, right? If you were trying to knock it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Or strength for dexterity.
Okay.
My strength plus the 11.
Ooh. Well, he botched. So you go up, you look at him, and it's like, all right, you come up. The other two guys are like, oh. Now you see the Hector guys basically like almost kind of been like close to you, like over here, almost like here's you, here's him, and here's you. So it's almost like he kind of moved up a bit, you know, letting it happen. So when you start to move, he sees you moving, and he kind of like gets out of your way, but looks like he's like trying to stop the guy behind you.
Okay.
And then you go up, the one go look, you just smack that rifle right out of his hand, goes flying all the way.
Okay.
And it flies out of his hands like, you son of a bitch.
Grab him and throw him off the horse. Is what I want to do.
Alright.
So go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
7 is the best. You grab him.
Okay. Well, you grab him, and basically he stumbles on the horse. You don't really grab him, but he's able to pull off. He's like, "Chubba, shoot this son of a bitch!" And then you hear on the roof, as you see all this kind of happening, there's a bunch of guys coming out of the busted barrel.
Can I run and get the rifle that was dropped?
You can start heading over there. It kind of moves some of the guys, but you can start limping over there. And you hear on the top, and it sounds like just a cannon explodes, like this bellowing voice, like thunder. And he's like, "Enough!" And like, it's you down below. It's like, and everyone out there, it's the hex, loud.
You shall not pass!
They call me Tim. But there's bellowing like thunder, like, "Enough!" And everyone just kind of stops. Even that guy, like, what the hell was that? And it's kind of deafening. And up on top of the roof, you basically see Keem up there, and he's basically in this theater outfit with the long Egyptian robes and buttoned together, very fanciful and gold leaf. And he's got basically like this circlet kind of come down there, very Egyptian, more like a magician outfit, kind of, but in an Egyptian theme.
Okay.
But very, with the light shining it, it's very, very theater.
Yeah.
And he's up there like with his hands in his sleeves like this.
Yeah.
And he kind of stops there, and he's like, he's like, "What the?" And a bunch, about 5-6 guys come out of the barrel with like some sticks and some like a hammer and stuff like that. And they're like, "What? Who's burning down the banjo? What the hell was that? Is it another lion?" And basically they kind of come out, and he says like, "You will leave, or you will die. This place is no longer for your type. I will not permit it. This place changes for the better." Harumph! Harumph! Harumph. And the Mexican's like, "Fuck you!" And he shoots Ali. And what's his name on the porch basically is like, he just starts to move.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees him shooting. Hit. Ooh, the noggin. So basically, shoots across his face. He stumbles back. Raheem is basically lunging forward. What do you do?
I'll close him onto the Mexican magician.
They're basically, you'd have to run the whole round, into the round.
Oh.
To get there. And there's 4 or 5 guys in front of him. So you'd have to get through those guys to get to the Mexican guy.
Okay. Well, who's the closest then?
There's a guy up close. He's another one of the Bandolero guys. He's like looking at him like, "Oh, you just shot that dude," So you can start running up there if you want.
Yeah, up against him.
Okay, so you start running out. He was like running right out. So you can get over the rifle.
I go ahead and slide the rifle up and
Okay. Some guys are doing like that. What are you gonna do?
Try and grab that guy off his horse again.
Okay, go ahead. Shall we shoot that son bitch?
11.
Yeah!
Go ahead and roll.
11.
Alright. Yeah, you do. You can roll your strength.
Well, would we be shooting that guy or would we shooting the Mexican that shot the...
Mexican.
Right.
She's like, no, not him, the Mexican.
Right.
Oh, right. 20. Okay, well, you chuck him off the horse.
I wanted to do.
Yep.
Basically throw him right in the dirt.
19.
Okay, well, you hit, so roll your d20 just like you're doing normal. She missed.
In the 10.
Okay, so that's an extra die. So that's what,
What's the rifle? Is
48?
Yeah, so it'd be 5d8.
count with me, shall we? 1, 2, 3,
Got 3.
4, 5. 5d8, right? Not very good. 13.
Okay, so you do wound. And you go, oh! Oh, I thought you meant him! But he fired because you pulled him off the horse.
Shoot the hole!
He gets on like, oh, shoot every one of them! And then right at that point, he just stands up and you just see his like, and then roll your cogs.
What's that?
3d6 for her. Yours was 3d10. Plus
Mine was 3d10.
Yeah. And then yours.
10.
9.
8. Well, plus king, so 10.
You got a 9 or better.
I got right out of 9.
He like stands up and he's furious, and it's almost like his mouth gets bigger than it should, and he just lets out this kind of like guttural, and it's where he's hit. It's almost kind of like the skin's hanging down, but it's kind of brownish, like whatever the bullet did, it hit the skull. You're not too sure. If somebody got really high, you can see, but it's basically, you know, like the mummy skin, you know, flapped down, and there's actually that kind of bandage stuff. But basically, it looks like this. He lets his mouth just, and he says something in Egyptian, and basically his hands shoot forth, and there's just a sandstorm bellows into the area. Just, it's just, you know, you're about like this. You can see a shadow in front of you. Everyone in there, go ahead and roll your, would it be nimbleness? Right,
Probably.
stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nimbleness.
So roll your nimbleness. His is 2d6.
What mine be?
His is 2d8. 2d6.
11.
4.
9.
You 7 or better.
18.
Well, she's like, ah! Cheering on. What are we doing? It's not my trick. Well, you're
She's
like,
probably floating like Mary Poppins.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes up on the
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
The one guy you were up to, he kind of still standing, but everyone's kind of knocked back. Most of you guys are knocked down. You fall down to the ground. The horses are spinning. You're standing up. Basically, sand's bellowing past you. It's stinging your eyes. You're going to be at a -2, regardless. If you failed, you have to roll your nimbleness to get up at -2. Plus, you're at a -4 until you get up. So you can get up there if you want to try and hit that guy. You can.
You know?
So you get.
I'm making me a picture on TikTok.
He has a 1d8.
Says it's still going.
One. Let's watch.
Well, you go up and whoo! Then the guy double botches, and he kind of like, woo! He kind of like sees the whatever you use, the blade, probably the.
My spanner.
It goes flying off, and he's like, "What the hell was that?"
That was a flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor. What are you guys? What are you doing? Your sister just rolled down the street. You can't see anything right now. You might probably go for her.
Right, that's what I would do.
You're down in the sandstorm. You can roll your thing to get up, or you can crawl.
I'm going to crawl towards the banjo. I'm trying to hold on to that rifle, but yeah, I'm just going to crawl for the banjo.
I want to help Kyle out, but this is crazy.
What is father doing?
I'm gonna try and see if I can find the guy that I threw down. See if I can grab him at least.
All right, go ahead and roll.
But if I can't,
You're -2. Just roll your.
cause.
Yeah, -2.
Yeah, no, 2. So I kind of grope for him, and then I'm gonna move back toward the banjo.
Okay.
too.
Well, as you move, somebody grabs your arm. He's like, hey, no, it's me. It's Julio. Oh, come on, get out of here. What the hell?
I'm gonna grab him back and be like, I am not leaving this place. We are protecting it from scum like you. Why do you ally yourself with these people? See some sense for once. There's hope. And if I can, I'll use persuasion on him.
You can go ahead.
7.
Okay. Well, you just beat him. He has 7, so it's tie, so you win. He's like, don't kill my sister!
Then let us help.
And then right then, you get your sister out. You're standing there, some shadow passes by you, like, and the guy in front of you is picked up off the ground, and some blood hits your face. You think it's that, but it's like blood or dust, and basically an arm goes through the guy, rips him out, and then chucks him back past you. And then you feel Akeem grab you by the shoulder and be like, we've got to get out of here! There's something in here! He's going to pull you away, and you just see that. Roll your guts. 2d6. +1. 6. Okay, well, you're not sure what it is, but you know there are things out there, because he's seen a few things during his military career. And basically,
Okay, so I go with it again.
he's going to pull you out of there. So
Your wife was flirting with Ben. Okay.
good for that.
Probably.
I just friend requested Ben, and did I do an oops?
So you're-
No, I should be.
Yeah, so you guys start moving, and you hear somebody up ahead like scream out in pain, and you hear this,
And I'm immediately gonna
Dust demons.
take the cross out and use my free miracle protection
Okay.
and just kind of like keeping whatever it is at bay. And I'm gonna try and drag Julio to the banjo.
Okay. And he's like trying to help you too,
Yeah.
and you do say that, and then you see some shadow off to the side. There's another guy like starts really like fires off, and then basically you see this shadow zip up and basically just behead him.
Okay.
And just like, I mean, you know what's he's gonna have a sword, but you don't know. This thing's like 10 foot tall. It's not quite the same size. And it stops, and like in the sand, you just see this form, and it almost looks like what's his name's robes a little bit. And he basically kind of takes a step back, and then there's like another fire, and quickly like shoots off that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And Julio is sitting there. He's praying with you. You know, he's like he sees that, and he's like, oh mother, man.
Yeah.
How many more grace? You know. So and then you guys will eventually get there. Basically, you get your sister. Ho Ching goes in there and helps you guys out, and you'll get to the thing. But you basically hear this.
Right, this crazy whatever the hell's going
Yeah,
on
and then
there.
you see like you hear a horse get ripped apart.
Shit.
And
It's the lion! It's the lion!
And then all of a sudden there's like a thunderclap, like lightning comes in there and lights up the area, and basically you see some thing in there as it basically like shoots lightning around, like two guys get blown apart. You can kind of see that through the
Holy
sand.
shit.
And then basically the sandstorm continues. But you guys kind of get up to the banjo where it like stops at the banjo.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sand is not there,
Right.
but it's blowing in, but not the intensity. So you get up on the porch, you help Sonny up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that basically, we'll wait for. Basically, you get to the banjo. Like I said, there was a lightning strike, and you hear like a horse get ripped apart, and there's sand and everything else. And you get up the
Parts and
banjo,
peas
and you
and-
see Sonny trying to climb up to the fence, Dale. And then Julio tries to pull you up, and then you.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as you get on the banjo, there's sand, but the storm doesn't seem to affect it.
Okay.
And you seem like that, and then you seem fine too when you get up there, more protection.
Yeah.
Is Julio up there too?
Yeah, he was helping him up.
Okay.
But you see one of those guys that rode in with him, but he's helping the father. He helped you up too. He's got his hand up. He's like, oh man, they're my prisoner. Okay, all right. He puts his hands up. He's like, all right, I surrender, man. I don't know what that did. There's a demon out there.
No, I caught one.
There's a demon out there, man. I don't know. I didn't even do that. Pretty much, the sandstorm will intensify, and you basically hear this roar again, and then it intensifies, and then there's like a shadow kind of in the sandstorm in front of the banjo, and then it dissipates, and then after a while the sand stops, and you guys are about in the center of it. There's probably up to your mid calf, to your knee of sand.
Jeez.
Wow.
Desert sand, and some of the horses are kind of trying to get out of the sand. There's a horse ripped in half, and basically there was a guy on it, and he's ripped in half too.
Jeez.
There's 2 guys that are cooked from a lightning strike, but all the other guys, including the guy you threw off the horse, their hearts have been ripped out. Some of them have like frozen in terror. They're looking in their face, and a couple of them are just withered, like they turned into old withered men. And then basically that happens, and in the midst of it, you see kind of stepping back, you kind of coming up on the banjo near the end of it, like when the figure, you saw the figure, you first thought it was a the servant. Anyway, he kind of comes out, but then there's another figure out there who's like taller, the bigger 10-footer. He kind of steps up, like defending you guys with the scimitar out.
Okay.
And he's like that. He says something in Arabic, you're not sure what. But
I would like a pastrami sandwich.
A marble right.
And pretty much the sand ends, and like I said, you see the bodies all over the place. A couple of them have been cooked, a couple of them are withered, like they've been aged. But most all of them have their hearts ripped out. Some of them are ripped in two, and they're cooked and everything else. There's about mid-calf to knee sand and drifts, and there's a bunch all of banjo and everything. So that's kind of where it ends.
Including the leader?
Yeah, they're all dead. Every single, except for Hector.
No,
Julio.
was
Julio.
Connor guy there?
No,
No. Okay.
different group.
The only one you recognize.
Well, I thought that
Except for Hector. He was
Julio.
on-
Julio's the only
that
one.
was the same group then.
It was more of his men.
But
Just
it wasn't
different-
the Connor one.
But it wasn't the group we
It
first
wasn't the
encountered.
group that was in the banjo that night.
Oh,
The
except
only one
for-
that was
except
there
for
was
Julio.
Julio.
Julio's the only return.
And he's the one that didn't want to do anything when you guys left. They're like, okay, well, you're going to go do something. You're going to burn it down first.
That was his punishment.
Yeah, it's just like, you're going to be the one that sets friend. If the priest is there, you're going to put a bullet in his head. Or we're going to take care of you and your sister. So anyway, that's what, he's kind of praying and everything else, freaking out. What do you kind of do, you guys? It's quite a scene. You guys are like, what? You can roll their guts. But
What would that be?
All of us?
yeah, Sonny's is 5d8.
16 for Father.
Plus 5 for him, too.
What would the
+5.
For Sonny. He's got grit. He's got that.
5 grit.
I mean, a 4. He's seen things.
Wow, he's seen a shitload of those.
Oh, yeah. He's been through a lot.
Nah.
He's got, what was it? 1d6 plus 1?
1d6 plus 1?
No, you have 2d8 plus 1. Everybody else make their guts?
17 for
5.
him.
16.
3.
Okay. You puke.
5.
Okay. You guys are unnerved. He's like, oh, watch like that show in Denver. You're the one who went home with him too. Oh my goodness. You were okay, right?
16.
Sonny's probably seen stuff like that from Harold, stuff out in the things before, so he doesn't know what quite happened, but he's seen stuff like this, like that. He probably thinks somebody was a huckster too with some of the magics. He's kind of recognizes some of that, but some of it he doesn't. But anyway. Okay.
Well, I'm going to start doing the dirty work of saying last rites over everybody. And
Pretty soon, like, those other guys come out from the other areas, and they're like, what the hell happened? you know, demon
It's
cry.
all about the wrath of God.
Yeah.
Protecting the banjo.
Yep. You ain't kidding there, oh am I?
Yeah, and pitch in and see. I'll start ordering some people around, see if they can.
Pretty soon the
Start getting some
police will
bodies
come and
picked
everything
up.
else. You kind of come too, but pretty much, you know, local magistrate starts coming like, what the heck's going on now? What the on earth? You know, and pretty soon it'll calm down. They'll get rid of the bodies, but about the time they're still scooping out the dirt in the street, trying to lay it all out.
The sand.
The sand and
Just
everything.
like the next day, or
A couple days later,
okay, a couple days later, we're still clean.
still cleaning, and you know they got dunes, so they're trying to
It's crazy.
level it out in the street in the alleys.
Put it out on the snow.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, that's when you guys roll right up.
Okay.
Time to switch hats.
Yep. You'll see all this sand everywhere. You know.
Good Lord Almighty, what happened here?
It looked like maybe we had a little visitation from the Sahara here.
You don't think that wagon came back?
Oh, did our neighbor have some family roll in?
You're there.
Father Julius is there. Well, I probably come
And
out.
Julio favorite stayed there. You'll find from Julio that yes, so pretty much he got into it and he got a little cold feet on a lot of it, and so they found out that his sister got a hold of her, basically sold her into doing business for there, and they're always threatening her to basically, well, if you don't do some stuff for us, if you're a really good fighter, you know, we can make her life a lot worse.
Yeah.
She's doing work for us right now. We're going to make her really do work.
Yeah.
So you're going to do this. We're paying you fine, but, you know, you don't like this cold feet you're getting like this.
Right.
You don't need this conscience you're having. Keep fighting. He's a really good fist fighter. He was a good
Okay.
fighter. So he confesses all that. He's done bad stuff, you know, and everything else. But he just wanted to relief, but he doesn't know what to do.
Well, I'll pray with him and keep faith that God will aid him when it's time, and in the meantime, we'll help him as best we can and try and set things right.
Maybe if I was to know I got killed here tonight, that might be a good idea.
Let them believe that if that's what you wish.
He said he wants to stay at the banjo, so I just stay inside and
Yeah,
Keep
Father
it.
Cobb, or Father Julius would say. I'm sure Father Cobb wouldn't mind that.
okay, all right. Anyway, so you guys were right up.
Okay. So I'm not on the stoop, sweeping off like 4 inches of sand.
Yep.
This one pile is
Probably
taking me 2
Sonny's been
hours.
around there too with his new rifle,
Yeah.
hanging out there too.
Oh, welcome back, gents.
Father Julius?
Oh, Julius, what
Sonny?
happened here?
Gentlemen,
Yeah, what in tarnation just happened?
we're not sure, but we did have a visit from some old friends. Well, we hadn't met them, but they're from old friends.
I mean, from that Five Fist gang?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I have.
15 gunmen and 2 other gentlemen.
No, it's 15 total.
15 gentlemen, unsavory types to say the least, showed up, burned down the banjo.
I think that's a bit of an oxymoron trying to burn down the banjo and calling them gentlemen.
Unsavory gentlemen.
Hmm.
So, but I happened to be here, so did Sonny, so did a few others, and we took a stand against them as best we could, and then something happened.
And how'd the sand get all involved?
That's the something that happened.
Is it a miracle of some type, Father?
Not by my doing.
Hmm.
In fact, I don't even know if the Lord Almighty really had a hand in it or not.
Just blare it, Bo.
Now, gentlemen, I have been with you the entire time.
I imagine that has something to do with the Arab.
Your neighbor next door.
Yep.
I don't know what happened, but he took a stand on the roof and threatened them.
Oh, he actually came outside.
Well, his bodyguard was here to stop them from doing anything to the banjo. And as we were having a discussion, Hakeem had showed up on the roof and also threatened them in a very prominent voice, very persuasive. And the next thing
Or
we
like
know,
a thunder, or just a sound, or he projected his voice loud.
well, it was loud. I don't know if it was projected or if it was just him being on the roof in this alley.
Let's see.
But it was quite loud, and one of these gentlemen shot him in the head, it appeared, but apparently it didn't. It must have just grazed him.
Yeah, he did get hit. You saw him get hit. He stumbled back.
And he must have just got grazed, because next thing we know, there was a sandstorm happening, and men were dying in the sand by something shadowy, moving.
Well, I do know a hex called sandstorm since I rolled a 14. That does produce almost like a gale of sand of sorts. So it is not unheard of. He is a
Hexter?
Yeah.
Huckster.
He is a huckster.
Most
like
of us,
myself.
most of us retreated inside the banjo for safety. Some of us just backed down out here, but thankfully none of the townsfolk were attacked by this thing. Whatever it was.
Quite fortunate.
And then
Yeah,
after the
very
sandstorm
fortunate.
gave way, Hakim and his servant were there with us, protecting the doorway, making sure that everyone was safe. And it's taken quite a few days to clear away the sand, as well as the remains of those 15 men, which I must say were dispatched rather gruesomely.
So all of them are dead?
All but one. And,
I guess his name wasn't Connor, was it?
no, Julio.
The Mexican fella.
He's inside.
And that's because you captured
No, he's the one who didn't want to fight a priest. And he's being coerced against his will.
Sorry, you weren't there when we had our conversation last time.
Yeah, all I know is he was a bad guy.
He's not. He's a bad guy in over his head. They have his sister.
I'll put my gun away then.
Maybe we can
This
help
this
him.
needs its
He's-
explanation then.
He's inside, and he thinks it's best is if it's been reported that he didn't make it back either, we'll just let this Connor fellow believe that for now. Maybe we can help him get out from under this evil.
Well, you can ask Frank all about that. He's pretty handy at figuring out ways of dying. I look over it.
Copperhead's like, yeah, you need a. He kind of looks at you, Father Julius. You need a bot. Julius just looks at him. We'll find a way. Thanks.
You need a bot?
You need a bot? I can get you one.
That might be just as simple as just putting a name in the newspaper.
If it needs to be. Otherwise, we'll just.
Have the other 15 men been recognized or who they are?
Yes, there's some of them were wanted. Some of them were paid. Some, a couple of them, like the Bandolero one, he was actually had a reward on his head. So did the other guy was kind of like a gambler.
Newspaper article might just do the trick then.
But he was wanted more up north.
If there's no photo, at least.
He actually had a 3 outlaw up north.
No, I'm sorry. This is. I should have known better. I shouldn't have left Mexico. I shouldn't have left to go to Mexico.
No, you did what you had to do, and these people did what they had to do. They stood by this place. You've given this place hope. You've
No,
given
I
us
should have been
neighborhood.
here when it happened.
The Lord was here with us in your absence. I think he's looking out for you too. And after the conversation when you brought up Crisis of Faith, you notice he's kind of pointed about that.
You might have to give some thanks to our neighbors as well.
Yeah, I do imagine we should probably give him a personal thanks.
Immediately.
And you remember the others here from the neighborhood who that have been helping out.
There's Molly and May and Sonny, of course. The Tinkerer, Martin.
Ah, yes.
There was the
Nothing well.
older gentleman over at the Chinese laundry, and his son went to get help, and some of the men from the Busty Barrels came out and helped, and
Yeah, and after a little
the
bit,
sandstorm happened.
actually, he went and got the cops, so that's why
Oh,
they got
okay.
there pretty
So
quick.
the son went and got the law, so
Alright, well,
that's just about everybody who was available, I think.
how about we go stable our horses and then talk to Julio. Where can we stable our horses?
Oh, right there.
At the Busty stables or whatever.
He's got stables, the whole thing.
Okay, I'll make arrangements with them because I'll probably keep my horse there from now on.
Yeah, you already kind of did, so it's not a big deal.
Well, Father Julius is like, oh, I'm going to let Julio know that you're back.
I'll be right in.
I'm sure he'll be happy to talk to you.
Well, you guys gonna undo everything?
Probably when we're walking over to the stables, I'm gonna come up beside Copperhead and go. Like I said, I had a feeling this might happen. I figured there might be some other ones too. That thing we found, that lock chest. I wonder if that's what they're looking for. He seemed pretty intent on getting a building that didn't really have any value to him.
Yeah, there were a lot of
There's
photos of
some that was wanting to put
Yeah.
put the
Copperhead.
flame to it. I'm
Copperhead
not
was
too
probably-
concerned about what the contents were.
Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but that thing is pretty indestructible. The box that we're talking about.
Hmm.
You shot it, didn't do anything.
Not only that, it fixed itself.
Yeah.
Just in case we didn't tell you about that, sorry. Been so much stuff on our mind. But we ain't
Oh, you know, it's been a little bit stressful. That's all right. We just got to kill the Mexican god for no reason, really. It's no big deal.
It's Tuesday.
It's typical Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
But I was,
Right.
I was already thinking about this on the way back, and I didn't say anything. But I thought maybe it might be a good idea, instead of sticking around and just waiting, maybe we should do something about it. This Connor fella.
Yeah,
Copperhead grins and he's like, oh, just give me the word. God.
Yeah,
He goes,
Delvin's got a smirk on his face as well.
I know probably some violence will break down, but I'd like to get him alive.
Well,
especially,
within relativity, of course.
especially if they get Julio's sister. It's a rescue.
That is another matter that I was not obviously thinking about, so
Let's talk to Julio. Maybe we can figure out how to get her safe and deal with the rest.
He sure has got some inside information that we might need to do this for sure.
That's possible.
and if he's unable to tell us exactly where he is, I do have a way to maybe locate him.
It's well known that all Catholic priests have an echolocation system built into their skulls.
That's for when they strike blind.
Yes.
They can still fight.
Exactly. It's like blindsiding in the strangest way.
Actually, they do now. That's what the miracle guide is for.
Oh, really?
Is
Sweet.
it? Oh.
It does two
Yeah.
things. I can either look for an object that's close by, or I can look for a geographical object
Okay.
that's anywhere on this fucking planet.
Well, Kelvin was trying to be funny, but
Yeah. No.
no, really, I
All
can
you
do that.
did was give him an idea.
Right.
That's
The
all.
only thing is
That's perfect.
is I can keep doing it, but once I fail at once, I cannot use the same exact words I did before.
Oh, I see.
So if I said I wanted to find Mount Rushmore, and I did it every day, it was fine. But once I missed it on a day, if I failed, then I would not be able. I'd have to ask it in a different way. I was like, "Where's that hill with the mountain with the president's head?"
Yeah, I got you.
And it'll take me someplace in Georgia, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, turn on your alerts. You guys too. Oh, he's got to push YouTube. That's our next giveaway, hopefully, is our 50 subscribers to YouTube.
Is that where we got right now? Is it still 39?
We're 39 right now. We are 11 away.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah, when we get the logo done, well, what we'll need to do is whatever we get for the logo needs to be made digital, so we can put banners on all the social media and stuff, because the YouTube channel has a spot for it. And I'd like to do a logo that's a banner size and one that's like around, you know, just a, because I think Facebook, YouTube, actually I think all the social medias have that round
Yeah.
thing, which right now is just Steve with all the books and dice around him. Attention hog.
Okay. Well, Copperhead's like, well, you know, this guy, this Connor, might be involved pretty heavily in a lot of organizations.
Well, guess we'll just have to find that
So
out.
It might be like
So,
smacking a hornet's nest, just so you know.
so he was not actually here for this encounter, stuff.
Oh, Father Julius? No, just Julio was the only one from that night. Those other fellas.
Oh,
You get my message,
Yeah,
Mike?
I asked
None
that
of them were
question.
here.
You get my message?
So someone else then was leading the group then. Ah,
It was this
Well, either
Andrew
way,
fella.
if we don't do something, he'll just keep coming back.
That's true.
Sometimes you have to kill all the hornets in order to get them to stop stinging you. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do, and gentlemen. We are quite persistent and well trained in smacking some hornets' nests.
yeah, that's Friday.
And if need be, if we need any extra information, I figured maybe we might be able to talk to that Chet Wilson fella.
Go to that bar.
Well, that is, I forget what his name was. But yeah, there's him at the whiskey
Oh, is
shoot.
that the smuggler fella?
The smuggler fella.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about
He
him.
would know people both north and south that deal in illegal activity.
And he does owe us
Yeah.
quite a bit. Huh. Well,
Gabriel's brothers might be able to help as well.
Who?
Gabriel, a friend of mine that I was pretending to be for the
Oh,
longest time.
one of the brothers.
Well, both of them had
Just a
smuggled
napkin and a
railroad back and forth across the border.
And
That was one of the things that the family was proud of. In doing so, of course, you get some connections into the underworld.
and on top of that, we do have one ranger and one Pinkerton that happens to be related to Bo.
that's true.
The fine
Hallelujah.
quality that he has.
That's true.
That is true, yeah.
Well, I guess we got our sticks in a row for beating hornets. Let's see, we go talk to Julio and get started.
Let's get started beating on Julio. That's right.
It's been kind of boring just shooting gods.
shooting
Gods
that
and weirdo
gods.
creatures.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot some regular people for a while.
Let's
Can we
not-
do
That'll
that?
probably
I'd like
be
to
the
go
tough
back
one.
to my
That'll
roots.
probably be the toughest ones.
For the worst monsters.
Yeah. Well, usually.
You can't go in. It's got all the tables there, like you normally have it.
Julio's hanging from
There's
the
not
rafters.
actually a whole lot of tables.
I'm just practicing.
Whatever, like the main one would be. Kind of like where you probably
Basically,
eat.
where we were eating when they came in the first night, on what used to be the stage, is now a large table with chairs and another little table off to the side.
Okay.
There are a couple other tables over here, and then one for the ring where someone's watching the boxing.
He's probably down on one of those.
Down at
smaller
these
ones.
tables down here.
Yeah, he's probably just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, so real quick, I kept the kitchen. I don't know if we got indoor plumbing. So there is one bathroom inside as well as the outhouse out back. There's the porch with railing.
It just didn't work before. He got it fixed.
Yeah, I saw it said broken on there. The ring, I took out the whole bar thing, so now it's a storage back
Oh,
there.
okay.
And then this is where they can look over the ring. Some of the box punching bags.
Oh, okay.
There's not a whole lot of room to bring up, but they can bring up out of storage and set up here just depending on what's going on. Upstairs, I've got a kids' room with bunk beds.
Okay.
Either they can be for us or but mainly it's for kids that don't have a home or they have trouble or something. Then there's like another little conference area upstairs. And then 2 extra bedrooms. One was going to give to Julius. The other one's mine. I kept the secret door in that back area.
Okay.
And there is one area right here that still connects to his, the air.
It's the one we're all right there on this far end.
Was it on the far end?
Yep, right there.
Okay, it looked like a window on there, so I wasn't too sure.
That was like a big door, so I just
Okay.
But that's where.
So his thing dips down into that little nook there. Okay. Then the basement was pretty much, I was gutting all that because it was the sales and shit.
Yeah.
The only questions I had is there was a door right here. Is that also to his place?
Yes.
Okay.
Big double doors.
But it was locked up though, right?
Yeah, it's sealed.
Okay.
And then there's a sewer with all the piping.
Yeah.
There's a gate across the house.
Yeah.
So those will stay, and then that big double door.
And then I'm assuming everything that he installed is probably like the furnace down here.
Yeah, it's basically piped from his building.
Oh, it's just all piped from his building.
Yep.
So it doesn't even take up any room.
Nope.
Okay. Was there a way to get from outside?
Yes, there's
Downstairs?
a door right there that
Over
goes
here?
into the sewers. And then you can go from there down up, and there's a way in from like another ladder.
Okay,
up.
that's when they came in. That's how they came in. Oh, so they came in from the sewers.
Yep.
Okay. I might block that off then.
Well, and actually, when you go out there, it actually kind of goes out to a little way down the way. So, like, if somebody, and it kind of goes up some steps into like I think it was one of the tenements, just sealed off. So it actually comes out in another building. There's a way down and in through there. It's just been kind of sealed off, walled off, long ago, some time ago. So.
And then I also kept the one secret door that goes outside, out back.
Okay.
That was in the corner of the building, whatever.
All right.
All right, head on in.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there. So you kind of come in. He kind of
I'll
straight.
probably look to make sure the banjo's still up there.
Yep.
And it would be up above where that stage area. So
just staying as it always was. I mean, nothing's changed in here. But, he's kind of got closer to rolled up. Probably there's like a broom and stuff. He's been cleaning. Basically he's kind of there. You kind of straightens up, kind of like that. Oh, okay. What's gonna happen? Kind of look, in his face. Like
come in with sticks.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk.
Yeah, he's anticipating the worst, but just kind of like hopeful. But yeah, he just kind of sits there, and you kind of come in. He kind of stands up. Doesn't quite know what to do with his hands, but finally pulls in front.
You can sit back down, Julio.
Okay, all right.
Take it you had a change of heart since the last time we met.
Yeah, I didn't want to do nothing before, man. But the collar, I had my hands tied, Well, I got my sister.
Put my hand on the shoulder and
He kind of twitches a little bit, like.
Gives him a quick, gives him a nice,
it's
Don't
not
French
swishing
kiss him.
or anything. It's just.
I know, it's kind of a reaction where he's like
yeah,
ready to
okay.
defend himself.
And I just said, "Welcome, Julio. How can we help?" Your sister.
Oh. You want to help me?
We can't judge what path you've been on, but your sister's innocent from all this.
By the way, a man's got a right to redeem himself.
Indeed.
And if you can help us find this Connor fella, that'll go a long way as a redemption. Plus helping your sister. I'm sure you're going to want to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, we could give my sister, my sister? Man, you don't want to be messing with that. I mean,
We have messed with the fire worse, my son.
never mess with him. I'm sorry, Progress.
I laugh.
Considering where we just came from, like,
Yeah.
come on.
We have fought God's son.
You kind of eyes a little bit and kind of like.
We haven't exactly fought gods. They were just...
Monsters.
It makes good press.
Horrible, terrible creatures from other realms, but other than that, I mean,
God's.
He's like,
Let's not bewilder the boy, yeah?
he just knows lots of people. I mean, he's going to be coming anyway.
Is he in charge?
sounds like someone else we know, gentlemen.
Is he in charge?
Yeah,
Connor, he's the man in charge, right?
yeah, he is.
Well,
Yeah,
we
man.
cut the head off, the rest will fall.
Who's in charge of Connor?
He gets jobs from all sorts of folk.
He goes and gets them? Or they
Come
come
to
to
him
him?
for money, to do something, or to look into something. Or, oh, I'm so sorry, I dropped the cards, man.
Pow, pow, pow! Those were the sacred poker cards of God.
That was a deck of many things. Now you're fucked.
Yeah, I am. So what do you want? I mean, we should just get. If you really want to help, we'll get my sister. Then we'll head to Mexico or something. We'll go hide. I mean,
That is.
No, we're going to rescue your sister.
Well, once we get your sister free, if you want to go somewhere, that's fine. Once we deal with Connor,
you're not gonna deal with Connor.
Yes, we are going to deal with Connor. I ain't going to live with him coming up behind my back every 10 days.
He's got connections, man.
So do I. So do we.
I mean, you got people high up, in
Yeah.
the military.
I've
All
got
kinds
God high up. And does he go any further than that?
No, of course not.
Father Julius is like, you realize how many priests are in this room, right?
3. I hope. Maybe more. Kelvin said.
Not present.
No.
Nope, not me.
Well, no.
Father Smith. I'm Father Wesson.
Yeah, I'm still trying to change my ways.
But Father Judas is like, he's evil. Greed.
There's lots of evil men. They're all over the place, man.
They will be dealt with. But this one needs to be dealt with now.
They'll all have the turn eventually.
Time for some thrilling heroics.
We'll get your sister out of the way first. I guarantee you that. But afterwards, we're going for Connor.
And if you don't want to, and Copperhead says, if you don't want to be around when that happens, I don't blame you. Go to Mexico with your sister. Be safe. If we fail, keep hidden. We'll never find you.
I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know what he'll think after this, after that thing. You know?
He's going to think not to mess with this place anymore.
Oh no, he'll come. There'll be more than more. You slapped him in the face. I mean, you're right. He'll come. He'll keep coming.
So
You're right.
So we're going to put a stop to it. And if we die trying, guess he won't bother us anymore, huh?
So do you know where your sister's at?
Yeah, I got an idea.
And where is that?
It's in Nashville.
Alright.
That's not too far.
I mean, once he knows he thinks I'm dead, he'll probably sell her. But who knows what?
Well, we'll have to get there fast then.
So where are we going?
I mean, if they see me there, they'll know something's up.
Well, you don't
Tell us
have to
where.
go. You just tell us where you...
That's my sister. I mean, she won't leave you guys. I'll have to come, but
You can stay in the background, stay hidden until.
maybe I could get a disguise or something.
Talk to our friend Bo back there. He's very good at disguises.
Yeah, well, we can trench you up in a little something. A little something, something. Let's see, what does my disguise look like?
Give me a knife.
Oh, I have 2 DP. Wow, I can fix you up just fine, son. You ever thought about being a lady? He rolls a 9.
Just don't get confused,
You'll be a
Bo.
riverboat.
That's already doing a hairstylist on him.
He'll roll a 9, so.
The sad part is he'll do that, then he'll forget that.
Well, hello there.
Oh, wow, hi. Look
You're
at it.
doing a part of this group. Oh, you're drinking again.
Well, I'm drinking in this lovely side. Hey, it's me. It's
It's Will.
Will. He's on real. Oh, I'm sorry.
So what else can you tell us about Connor?
He runs a lot of extortion. He gives jobs for people. He gets things done. Assassination.
How many more men do you think he has?
He basically has 5 different gangs he all kind of runs. Maybe 50, 60 men. Maybe 80, I don't know.
But they're not all together at the same time.
No. They're different gangs.
Is that what this other gang was? One of the other fists?
Well, there were 3 groups of the fists. 5 of us each. And then there's Connor's personal man. You met them that night.
Do these gangs get along okay? Or does it keep them in each other's throats to keep them occupied?
A little bit of everything.
They all work out of Nashville?
Thereabouts around. They cannot go national.
And by
Sometimes they
Nashville,
do
what you
stuff
mean?
for the railroads. That lady,
Lena Devlin.
yeah, Miss Deadland, he's done stuff for her. And then the Iron Dragon. One of his close men, a relative of his.
So which one's a relative of his?
Kai, he was one of them here the other night. The Mongolians.
They're relatives of
Connor?
Oh
Kang.
no, Kang.
Kill him.
Just the
kill
moment.
Connor and just send a message. We don't want King on our tail.
That might be a good idea. I don't know who this King fella is, but
I've heard of him when I was in California. He's one of the rail barons.
I mean, I know he's one of the rail barons.
He's Chinese warlord. One of those gangs they call Tongs.
I'm more worried about Mina Devlin. But then again, I think we might be able to negotiate something with Mina Devlin if she
I was
gets.
going to say, I think she owes us a favor too.
Kill those two at least.
You know Mina Devlin?
Hmm?
You know Miss Devlin?
We've dealt with that occasionally. I told you we do have connections. I wouldn't call her a very favorable connection, but she is one, I suppose.
That's good.
I don't know if you want to go that far. General Lee.
He has dealings in the military.
Yeah, so do we. Possibly.
Well,
We do appreciate all the help. That's for sure.
He kind of shakes his head. What? What?
You been in town for a while?
Couple days.
Oh, okay. You hear about the bridge almost being blown up?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Northerners came to blow it up, right?
We stopped it.
That was us.
Boy, they were all ever so grateful.
Oh, that was you? Yeah, you were in the paper. Well, not all of you.
Not just a few of us.
I'm in different papers.
you know, speaking of which, you know of, I take it this Connor fella, does he have warrants for him?
No, he's pretty clean down here. Maybe up north.
Up north he is?
I can find out.
But he got dealings with everyone, you know.
Well, like Father Julius said, there's always evil people.
He likes to fight.
Well, we already know that.
He likes to get up real close.
I just know where to, I just like to know where to send him when we're done.
Likes to.
So, what exactly are
He
we
likes to.
likes to what?
Every once in a while, you know. They made me sit in it once. You know, I had to sit in the room and listen to what he did. He went to go around a few rounds with this one guy who turned on him, and he the screams, you know, man, they're like round after round, and then turned into a beast, like growling at him and beating at him. And he came out later. He's covered in blood, you know. Beat this guy to a pulp, and then he ate him right in front of me, man. He cooked him up and ate him in front of me. And says, "This is what you're going to do for me."
You saying, did he change into anything?
He's just a beast, man. He gets in the ring. He gets all what is those Norskins, man? You know the
He just goes
Did he
berserk.
cannibalize somebody?
Oh yeah, man. He ate the dude.
Okay, forget about shooting normal people. That's never gonna happen again. But I definitely want to shoot this guy.
But yeah, he gets all crazy, like a rage. So people scare him of him, you know.
I'd like to see him in the ring with Blackwood.
Right, well, where can we find him? Or where can we find your sister, to start with?
Yeah, so
What's the cadet situated for us?
Well, last I knew, she was working down in the brothels. He kind of tells you location like that, but she was more, you know, checking the books, making sure, you know, tallying everything.
Well,
He tells you.
Is there a name for the brothel?
Yeah, it was kind of like 3 or 4 brothels.
she's a clerk.
She's a clerk,
she's a
but
poor
it's a clerk showing, hey, okay, you're gonna do this, but this was gonna happen to you if
Julio doesn't
straighten up, and they take them to some rough ones where they really do some nasty stuff to people, and you know it's pretty bad. So she's kind of told him, it's like, I've seen some things that they do to some people, and it's, you know, they have like, apparently, he also goes on to tell you that basically there's these fights, and, you know, it's basically kind of like pit fighting. Basically, he does a lot of this pit fighting stuff for high-end clients and other stuff. Hector's a really good fighter. He got into a lot of it. He won a lot of matches. But
You mean Julio?
Julio, I'm sorry. Julio won some matches, and he's like, okay, I need you to start losing. He's like, no, I don't lose. He's like, no, you're going to lose. And he didn't lose. So I beat this guy. That's what I am. You know, I'm not going to back down. Then he saw him like, okay, well, I'm going to have my private fight. You get to see the private fight. You didn't actually see the guy get thing, but it was like a private room for certain clients. And you all right, Dennis?
He's just
He's asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay.
He's scared.
Okay. He basically had for certain clients, but he could hear the fight go on, and he just turns into a savage, beats the living heck out of the guy, whoever it is. Then he came in there and ate the guy, and basically saying like, "Look, I'll go a few rounds with you in the ring, you know, and your sister. She'll go first. You know, that'll be a lot of fun. After she does a few rounds of the brothels, and then we'll bring her in here, and then you'll get to watch me do that to her, and then you'll join her, and I'll have a little bit of both of you. So you're gonna do as I say in these fights." And he was like, okay, all right, fine. So you know, then he realized he was really dealing with basically a sadist bad guy, because he comes out as a big, oh, you know, I'm out public, you know, I deal with a lot of people, I help people get their stuff, I work for the military, but then he's got this real underbelly stuff going on rings, and there's some higher up people come and see the fights, so they kind of like, well, we're not going to bust that up, but you know, so he's got a pretty good racket with him.
Not too much longer.
But he has an idea, it's like around some parts of Nashville where they would be. He's not sure where.
You know names?
He's got a few names that he gives you.
Names of the locations, you mean?
Yeah, he knows the locations.
Okay.
And he knows some names of some people. But, you know.
Well, we've got a few days here to get organized.
You hungry, son?
No, I'm good. I made some food for Father. I could make some more. Make some food, so cook up some more. Get back there and kind of cook.
I was like,
So they got stuff.
yeah, remember those guys we found? We kept
Yeah.
I took cooking tips from Connor. I just add some Mexican flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like this
And
book.
thus Taco Bell was invented.
Yeah. Yeah, start talking to them.
And then he has this book the aliens dropped off. He's like, that's our cookbook.
Sir, man.
How to serve man.
Serve man.
You know.
Well, what are you guys going to do before you leave or anything? Or
I'm gonna do that one thing.
Oh, okay.
The thank you party.
You can easily arrange that. You've got
Yeah.
money, it doesn't matter. So you can have that out in the alley if you want, which is right on.
Yep.
Oh, here's where the bodies ripped apart.
Yeah.
Or you can have it on one of the main streets. Block off
Out in
the
front of
street.
the banjo.
Yeah, that little area would be cool. That way it's kind of a private party
Yep.
in a way.
And there's a lot of people there that come home in.
And we could do prayers and stuff in that area to kind of like put their mind at ease. Yes, we know there were 14 dead bodies here, but
We're taking it back.
this is cleansing that.
And Hojin, he'll bring food. They have a little restaurant there, so you get some Chinese food. And some other
Chinese
stuff.
food, some Mexican food,
Yeah.
some
It's a pretty good little party.
Arabic food,
Yeah,
Middle Eastern.
Oh,
Cicada.
Yeah.
you can go ahead and roll your. What would you do to sanctify tale telling or persuasion?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't even have to. I mean, you could do persuasion or tale telling, but it would really lower the fear level in the neighborhood or a block, but it would put everybody at ease.
Okay. Well, anyway, I rolled 17, so it really just very successful. Everything else. Do you go next door at all, or anybody else?
Yeah, that's one thing we would have done in the days leading up to it.
He won't come out to the party though.
Mm.
Anyway, we'll go. You go ahead. If you go over there and knock next door, he will.
This won't be during the party, but
Yeah, previously. I just didn't know if you went over at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
try to knock on the door.
Yeah. The king will open it, answer it. He's like, "Oh, you have returned.
Good afternoon.
My master is recovering."
Good. They're wanting to check on it. We heard about the computer. What?
Yes. Want to give you our personal thanks.
Yes.
You are welcome. He is very thankful to have you here and has sworn his protection unto you. It is therefore you are in a way wards of his state, so you are protected by him and therefore by you.
Well, is there anything that you folks need?
Well, just time to recuperate. If you wish, I can see if he wishes to have a visitor. The battle took much out of him.
If you don't mind, that'd be wonderful.
Father Julius, like, the battle, do you know what that was?
It is not my place to say. But he kind of looks at Bo. I think there is one among you who would understand. Bo he just kind of goes back in. After a little while, he'll come back. Basically, he'll let you back in, take you to the same room you were before at the hookah and all that, and kind of sit you down, bring you some beverages. After a little while, you'll see him come up. He's got a large, like, bandage with like some sort of apparatus on it.
Got a brain boiling.
You've got a brain boiling. Dennis, you can roll your mad scientist if you wish. He does look pretty healthy, actually. He's got a lot of flush in his face.
All right, it's all right.
3.
You're not sure what the heck that thing is, but he kind of comes in. He does look kind of drained, but at the same time, probably you guys would recognize it's something to do maybe with backlash.
Okay.
He looks like maybe he's suffering from some sort of backlash of some sort. Bo kind of will mention that later. And he does seem to have, like, his hair is a little grayer at some point. And basically he'll come in. He does look healthy but drained. And he kind of comes down with his help, kind of sits him down and goes, "Gentlemen, I am honored that you have returned. Undoubtedly you have heard of what has transpired next door. I'm sorry for the horrificness of it. It was not my intention. I merely wanted them to be scared away. Thankfully, nothing else happened."
I was wondering, you all right then?
I am recovering. As I do not know if you are familiar with the term backlash.
Not really.
I've heard of it. Bo and I have discussed it.
Yes. And Bo's like, well, sometimes when you're tapping into the Manito's powers, they tend to get angry and bite you back in a way.
Like so for dealing with demons.
Right, let's so.
Yeah, Father Julius can cross themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
The devil is there. Unfortunately, that is something that happened to me, and I'm afraid from the place called the hunting ground, which is in Ether. He kind of starts explaining the hunting ground, but you're like, yeah, we
Yeah.
I've been there.
You might be
Oh,
surprised
okay,
in the
well,
fact that
you
we're like,
can't-
yeah, we know all about it. Yeah.
Oh, you kind of like surprised. I say, oh, all right. Something came in. I took a lot of my being to return it, but it was very powerful.
How did it get here?
He cast Sandstorm.
Oh, you backlashed and then.
We cast that.
That's
and
what
was
he's
gonna,
saying.
He cast that, and he went to cast another hex, and something with the sand and what something to do where his magics come from, with the Egyptian theme, the Egyptian
I want to
theme.
scrutinize them.
You can go ahead.
cognition, right?
It's like an opposed roll, right?
Well, scrutinize under cognition.
So he rolls his. What does he roll?
Bluff if he has it, or maybe smarts or spirit. I'll scrutinize him too. 'Cause anything he does.
18.
9.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be kind of telling the truth and kind of like that. You though.
Okay.
12? Okay, well, you two. When he talks about something coming in through the backlash,
The backlash, yeah.
and you notice he's kind of like trying to tell a story of something, and then he makes it sound like, well, this is how Egyptian huckster magic works, and it's kind of like. He's like almost like he's not anticipating you guys to know so much.
Right.
So he's trying to cook up a story as he goes. You seem to be okay, but you are like that. You are definitely like that. Bo's kind of like just, he didn't make it either. But you two are kind of like, not too sure. You're definitely like, he's not telling me everything. So, but you guys are definitely like, something's not. He's not telling us the whole thing. But anyway. You can say that or not about it, but
I think I'm going to have enough cojones to say no. Would you like to tell us exactly what really happened?
He kind of goes, well, basically this thing came through the vortex. He kind of tells again.
Yeah, I'm going to smile. Okay,
Leaves a man to his own promises.
fair enough.
You kind of like, needless to say, no matter what, at least the banjo is protected.
And y'all safe as well, of course.
Very weakened.
Can't thank you enough for what you did, even if it was a mistake.
Well, protecting the good people here is not a mistake. The mistake was not doing it before, but
I think you made
there are
it.
consequences to all actions.
Indeed.
When you are keeping a low profile, and then you start firing fireworks off in the sky, sometimes the people who do not like you will come by. For you again.
Well, I feel like I just owe you one, sir.
And he reminds us of a friend of ours.
Indeed.
Well, if you will excuse me, gentlemen, I am still quite tired.
Which one?
I'll stand
Pick
up
one
and
random.
take my hat off.
Okay.
And it's the one hand that burnt before, but it's perfectly healed.
What you just said?
Bacon.
Yeah, we'll talk about it sometime. She gets to it. I know a little bit about keeping a low profile.
Yes, Mr. Daggett.
I guess we don't have to talk about it.
Well, I knew you were a doctor, but it was not really you.
But I do understand where you're coming from.
I have had family that has had to do that over the generations. So it's in my family. We've known such things. Did you were able to return the relic to your people, or?
Well, not yet. That's all the way over in Italy.
I see.
Seems that it had been stolen a long time ago by some pirate. Arab pirate, is what I heard.
A river pirate.
Yes.
Arab pirate.
Arab river pirate.
Oh, yes. Do you know the name?
Well, no.
I'd probably say, well, you did see a photo drawing of him, didn't you? Like a portrait? It had an unusual birthmark.
Yeah?
And I look at him when I say that, kind of, an unusual birthmark.
And then he kind of looks at you. You two both know, since you rolled so earlier, he does kind of take a little, oh, really? But you know, too, he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Look on his face.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Seems quite familiar.
But maybe now, pirates change their ways, I guess.
Well, everyone has a chance.
Well, I'm
change
sure
the
that
ways.
pie's long gone by now. There's only, what, the 1700s?
700.
700?
720 AD or BC.
Oh, well,
80.
you must be familiar with the story already.
It was a relative of mine.
Close looking relative?
I'm gonna scrutinize the shit out of that.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
already convinced.
6.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty convincing.
yes. I know some of the treasures have gone through the history of my families. But
Copyright this kind of. Well, we'll get back to Italy someday.
Yes, indeed. Is there anything you might need before we depart? We've got some business we must take care of.
what is this? What is this?
Business? Well, we're gonna
The rest of
send
that's
a reply message to the man who came here the other night.
Trying to burn down our business. And yours as well.
Might be non-wise. Sometimes when you go trying to burn the town that attacked your house, it can only anger more people.
True, but there's an innocent soul involved in all this we've got to take care of.
In these sort of businesses, there always is.
Well, if we don't stop this fella now, we're just going to be having to deal with it for the rest of our days.
Yep.
Ah, I see. I understand that.
And if somebody steps in to take his place, well, we'll just deal with that too, and eventually they'll get the point.
And eventually
I'm afraid sometimes they never do.
Yeah, that's fine. I've known some pretty bullheaded people in my time. Been one of them too. So
You? No.
I know it's hard to believe.
Yep, some of them. How do I get a Festus Hagen? Some of them bullheaded critters, people, they just kind of turned into asses.
I see.
It's in them bacon chips.
Maple bacon chips.
Well,
I
I
thought
wish you
so.
well in your journey.
I thought it said more bacon chips.
If there's
Yeah,
anything that I or he can do to,
Yeah.
while you are gone, I will.
Brought those.
We will look over the establishment.
Bring it Bob's beans.
We will, of course, continue to keep an eye over your establishment while you are gone.
Well, I do appreciate that.
You are all right with what happened?
Well, no, I'm not all right with what happened. People came to try to burn down my place.
No, I meant.
I think he's referring to the aftermath of how it ended.
The fact that it got stopped.
Well, no, I'm
There
not going to
were.
argue about it. They came loaded for bear, and they found what they found.
And they found a bear.
The rear
A
got
giant, angry bear.
And Father Julius actually speaks up and he's like, I was there, I witnessed what happened. The only people I can tell that were punished were of evil intent. Those who were innocent weren't harmed. I don't know where that power came from, but
God does work in mysterious ways.
I'm not gonna
Yes,
say
he does.
I'm not gonna say it's God, but if it's his will and the evil were punished,
So
Do
be it.
imagine as
Amen.
long-
I accept it.
I do imagine as long as the status quo is kept on that, everything should be just fine.
Alright.
And I hope so, my friends. Perhaps in the future we can talk more.
I would
After
like
I have recovered, so.
it. Rest well, my friend.
If there is anything you will need for your journey,
We need one steam-powered wagon, a nuclear reactor. We need a submarine.
He's got the nuclear reactor.
I do have the reactor, but it's got.
Well,
I
you
don't
don't
say
have to
anything.
have a wagon handy here.
Yes. We need.
And a couple of mules.
I'm time traveling.
Or what you
Yeah, but
prefer,
if you
steam
wait for a minute,
one?
there'll be one
I'm
to
sure
show
I
up.
can get the
You have
mules
drive
from-
steam wagon?
I don't have to drive, but
I would let you.
I did have the experience from handling.
I'm not really
boats.
looking for a steam wagon.
steam-
And he has a steam wagon if you
No,
want.
no, I just want a regular wagon.
Then yeah, he can procure you one easily. So.
I can procure one too. I just figured if you had one.
If you had one sitting around, we'd borrow it, but if not,
Do
we'd
we
do it.
have one?
Yeah,
At
I
Felix's?
thought we did.
Well, you might. I don't know. I don't
In
know.
all of our
We
trappings,
don't have a wagon, but you usually used
used his.
his.
Right.
Alright.
We got a boat.
Leslie has a wagon that he uses for trips
Right.
into town. That's what you guys have.
Hey, you can borrow a duck boat.
Duck boat. We'll come at him from the river.
I don't want
Oh, you got the Gatling gun. Bah!
Connor's like, you gonna violate me with a duck foot? I'm not
I
done.
thought I was messed up.
They got a Gatling gun.
Just
They
like,
come up from
Two
out
by
of the water.
sea.
just like Spanish
bring the
Inquisition.
Gatling gun.
The
Bring the
Inquisition.
Gatling gun.
What is that?
I'll procure us a wagon that can help carry the Gatling gun and keep our friend concealed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually done.
Well, I also want to bring coffee too.
Fair enough. Put it on the shopping list, gentlemen.
Also, I need some iron chains, padlock, some black paint, paintbrush,
Don't ever say that you're not high maintenance.
and one of those two-man saws.
Are you putting on a show?
Well, this is for afterwards.
Literally. Kelvin's like,
Connor's like, or Copperhead's like, ooh, this sounds more and more interesting. Cobb, is this? Tell me we're putting the bastard in the coffin, chaining him up, sawing him in half.
I'm going to saw him in half. Well, I'm not going to saw him in half because that would be very ungodly-like. But I figured we'd give him a choice.
Volunteer.
trying to retire.
Volunteer.
I figured if we kept him alive, we'd give him a choice between whether he wanted to go to the Pinkertons or the Rangers. And if he wouldn't choose, I'd tell him.
Cut him in half and give him the boat. Can we cut him long ways?
So we might need a couple extra little boards to put on the sides.
You know, Cobb, for a priest,
I'm gonna
you're
take the
my
list
kind
and
of fellow.
just laugh and walk out and go get all this.
What else were you gonna do while you're there? Were you gonna talk to what's her name or
What's it?
Thanks. No,
railroad?
oh, Mina?
Mina,
Deadland.
Deadland.
Wouldn't let her know.
Yeah,
My
I
dad
don't
probably-
see
She
any
might just
reason
put her
to-
nose into it.
if she gets concerned about it, she'll probably come to us.
Right.
So, I decided I figured she ain't gonna like no priest coming over there. She didn't like me there last time. But we should go talk to. I want to talk to Chet Wilson.
Right.
Okay.
And just so you know, if you don't remember him, he's kind of like, remember Biff from Back to the Future?
Yeah.
He's kind of like a halfway cross between Mad Dog version and then the first version, the Back to the Future one.
Oh, okay.
So basically, if he's someone that he's the alpha dog, he's going to be he's not going to be a complete asshole, but he's going to be the alpha dog. But if someone else is going to be tougher, like him, who had shot him last time, if I remember correctly, then he's going to be less of the mad dog and more willing to. But he's not big in the whole supernatural stuff either, so he's not like going to throw his neck out on the line to go hunting ghosts. That's just like when we were going towards Feeney. He's like, no, I don't want anything to fucking do with this because I know there's some bad shit going on.
Okay.
So if I go in there, he might polish my truck and
Yeah.
I got it all ready for you, sir.
Oh, it's your steam wagon.
Go polish our steam wagon.
So, yeah, and I'll probably ask if we're gonna go. I want Daggett to be there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Bobby's
Yeah,
on
we're-
TikTok. I didn't notice.
Where did we meet him again then? What was that at?
Well, he was the one that had the crate that we thought Maria.
Oh, yes. Okay, now I remember.
But he didn't. He's just a smuggler.
Right.
He didn't know what was
Yep.
inside of him, and then we
Yeah.
didn't. It wasn't even the girl that was inside him. It was
Yep.
those corpses,
Yep.
and that was even more fucked up.
And then
And then he's the one that guided you, even though you kind of knew where it was. He did guide you out.
I
there to
remember
the
now. I
field
remember.
where it was.
I know what you're. Okay. Well, you're gonna go there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to go look for him. I know he's somewhere down. He'd be somewhere down in the bars. if he's around, he'll be somewhere down the bar.
Yeah, he's probably still drinking himself after all that. So.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a little while.
In 6 months, he has night terrors
Well, it was at the beginning of winter when it took place. So.
now. Yeah.
Eventually, kind of what that bar was, the sailor one you knew about.
Yeah, he could possibly be down there. You want to know who that guy is?
Kind of know. I kind of told a little bit about, but we can just keep that under wraps.
He's in the books.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Okay.
But eventually, you'll kind of wander around, and you will find him there.
Okay.
We'll just say you guys are all with. So.
Okay. If that's what you guys want to be with us, or
I'm shopping.
This is well after. This is like.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
My shopping's over with.
Yeah, I mean, this is several days. All this stuff kind of
Right.
So. Yeah, you eventually have me kind of chatting up some guys. Looks like he maybe just got off a boat with them. So trying to chat up a new crew.
He doesn't do boats.
Okay.
Yeah, he did all land.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But he's still chatting up a new crew about
Yeah.
something. So
Bringing
maybe
stuff in.
bringing something in from folks. So. You're gonna come in. You know, the bartender guy kind of like he's like you can play him if you want to a little bit. He sees you guys kind of come in.
He's basically pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty sure. I can't remember his name though. Is it Henry?
I think so. Something.
Yeah. Probably. I imagine. Yeah, he probably does remember you guys. So. I see you're back again.
Yep.
You looking for somebody in particular?
I just point over at Chen.
Well, you need something to drink then?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to help you out on something then. He pulls out some beer and
Put some money on the counter. And I'll probably just kind of look over at Chet and look over at Cobb and say, "Do we interrupt
Cobb will
or-"
probably like, you can give us a bottle of whiskey too. Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Alright, go ahead and get that up and grab a couple glasses with the beer.
He's probably telling some joke, and they all kind of laugh. Oh, and then because they all kind of quiet, he turns around and also he kind of goes a little pale, like, "Oh, it's you."
Chet,
You
remember my name. Very,
well, it's harder to forget after all that.
I was just pretty much just an NPC in that one.
Well, I still remember it.
If you don't mind, I kind of set the bottle and the empty glasses there. Like, we'd like to have a chat with you.
Kind of looks up, kind of eyes you. He's like, "Well, fella, there's some business, all right?" "Yeah, sure, Ted." Go ahead, and you pushes his little bit what's left of his whiskey over. He kind of gets up, takes the bottle, walks over to another table.
What is that?
Ted,
Oh, okay. Grab
Go
the
over.
empty glasses and the beers and head over.
he'll pour himself a drink, put it on the table, and sit down. Well, what do you want?
Well, I do believe you owe us one. But don't look too disappointed. It might end up to be a paying job too.
Hallelujah.
First of all, I'd like to know if you know anything about a group called the Fist of Five or Five Fist. Some man by the name of Connor.
Yeah, I know Connor. Other fellas do.
What can you tell us about him?
Not a fella you want to mess with. Kind of like what you did earlier.
Joy.
Mess with a fellow we shouldn't have been messing with.
Yeah.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Now you're not content with them. Now you're going to start going after Connor.
well, he made things personal. Last time we were just trying to do right. This time it's personal. He's sent his boys here just a few nights ago. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I just got back in town.
Well, he tried to burn down
The hell?
establishment of ours,
What establishment's that?
the Banjo.
What the hell are you doing at the Banjo?
It's not the broken banjo anymore. It's the blessed banjo.
It's been bought
you
and
know what?
sanctified.
What?
It's been purchased and re-sanctified.
Yeah, but you have any idea what happened in that place?
I know. I was there.
We're the ones that found it.
That fella's dead now.
I heard about that.
And all of his gang is either dead or we let him go. Promised never to come back, and I'm pretty sure they won't be coming back.
Alright.
But now this fella, Connor, has decided to stick his nose in our business.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Trying to burn the place down. That's what made it personal.
Did you ever come by wanting something? Or...
Well, as far as I can tell, he's wanting the banjo. Or maybe just being a dick. I don't know.
Well, he's that too. Takes one to know one, I guess.
I kind of set my beer down loud and just.
Well, I'm just saying, I knew I know him. Because I'm a dick.
Take a drink.
Gotta set the chair.
You play chess pretty well.
Well, because I'm a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there must have been, that Hector guy, he was always delving in all sorts of stuff and people blackmailing. I mean, maybe there's something in the banjo that he wants, or...
Well, I imagine there is something inside the banjo. I think I know what it is, but we're not going to discuss it. It's going to stay right where it is, nice and locked away and hidden.
So there is something.
There is something. I doubt you know what it is.
Well, maybe.
Alright, you tell us what you think it might be.
Probably some sort of something to blackmail somebody and, report and document or book or something.
Could be, but we already found a lot of that stuff. This one, we can't even open. It's got a magic key. So it must be really high up.
Okay, so what? You're gonna need to find a ferry?
Well, we already got a riverboat.
Okay. No, the flying one with pixie dust, not a ferry.
As Kratos.
He's like,
We do have ferries. That was awesome. We do have a riverboat. No,
fairy dust flying around.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that was good.
There's no use guessing what's in it right now.
Well, that's
can't
probably
get it
what he
open.
wants.
I imagine so. That's why I'd like to put a stop to him right away.
So you fellers killed all his men? I mean,
Well, the 15 that came down there died, and we weren't even there.
how am I not surprised? And how am I even talking to you? Because that probably means that I'm associated with you fellers. He's gonna come send fellers after me.
Well, I can't see why. We hardly really associate with you.
Let's keep that. I like that. Let's keep that up. Nice talking to you.
Right.
He sits,
But do you know
killing
where he
himself.
might be?
Gotta look
Do
at
you
it,
know
I was
when
like-
he? Yeah, just sit
Sits
down.
back down.
Do you know where he might be hiding out in Nashville?
Yeah. Got an estate up there.
In a state,
Yeah.
like a home, a mansion.
Under
Oh,
whose?
yeah.
Under whose name?
Connor.
What is his full name anyway?
Connor McGasshole.
Connor Big Ass. Connor McLovin.
Should be
Connor
Connor
McAllister.
McDeadman.
Huh?
McAllister.
McAllister.
Write that down.
So he lives pretty much out in the open in Nashville then.
Yeah. He makes enough money, and he's got enough dirt on people, and he can do whatever he wants.
Is he watered by anybody? The Ranges, Pinkertons?
Well, if he is, bribed off the right people. I know he's wanted up in the north.
Alright.
And Smith and Robar's order form, I forgot that.
All sorts of crimes. Stealing stuff, transporting, war crimes. For a while there, he had both sides of the fences. Now he's kind of stuck down to the south. Of course, that's more his bread and butter now. I think he kind of did both. They found out there's more money down here, more allowing to do his fights.
All right. And you
If you got enough money, you could probably get into one.
to one of the fights you need.
Yeah. A connection or two.
So
Since you're all superheroes.
you know where his mansion is then.
Yeah, well, most people do in that town.
So he can give us a location.
Yeah.
Then. Well, that's pretty much what we need to know. Do you know any other places he might hang out or hide out?
Well, he has his fights, the arena.
She takes care of some of the
He's got some of his
brothels.
state. Well, yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff. Old games, do other stuff. He's got his arena there at his house, and he's got one down in downtown, a little theater.
Do you know the name of that place?
Yeah, let me pull it out of my ass.
Oh, he really is pulling it out of his ass.
You told me I had to wing it.
The rhinestone.
Yeah, Majestic Star, I think that's what it's called.
So is that his legitimate business? His front? Or does he just
Well, they have
get by with running gangs and fights?
gangs, fights.
Yeah.
Fights are pretty big.
Nobody does anything about it.
He pays the right people. He's done enough stuff for the North, for the South, that kind of owes them a few favors. So they're not going to really do anything to him.
In the South, you mean?
Another reason why the North finally had to finish with him.
So he might still be wanted in the North. Then.
Oh, he is.
Tell you what, we take care of this kind of fella. Would you be willing to transport him up north?
I get the reward.
I'll let you have the reward, and I'll actually pay you in addition to that too. But you gotta pick him up in Nashville. That means you gotta be handy when we go there. Don't have to get involved. Don't even have to come close. Just close enough for us to drag him part way down.
Wait.
Probably, if there's money involved.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing. If he didn't, he would have, for the bounty, he would do it.
Yeah, he's like, so let me get this straight. You're going to
Bag and tag him.
bag and tag him, and you just handed me to deliver, and I keep all the winnings?
That's right.
And you're going to pay me too. I remember hearing that.
I'll pay you $50 to start with, the retainer fee.
Yeah, my time's precious. I got to pay my new crew too.
Well, we can kill all of them. Most of his crew is still alive.
Look it up.
Took
care of a
If
couple
I
guys.
remember correctly, we helped heal up your old gang. So
Well,
if you've got new crew to recruit, it's because you lost them yourself.
we could bicker and argue about who killed who all day and all night, and who's that. But recruitment costs. You got to fill out the applications. You have to do HR interviews.
Alright. $50 retainer fee. Make sure that you're up there. We'll let you know when we're head. We'll let you know when we head up there.
All right.
And you got a location. That's
Yeah,
what
he
we'll
tells
expect
you
to
a
meet
place. He tells a place where you can hang out
in. Okay.
near the wharf.
It doesn't even have to be in Nashville. It can be
Yeah, he'll be there.
outside on the south side or something like that.
Yeah, he'll be kind of near the river and stuff, but he'll be there. So.
Well, actually, I'll tell you what. You know a place near the Cumberland Bridge?
Yeah.
All right.
We're headed west from the Cumberland Gap. Going to the city, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Horizontal.
So the Cumberland Bridge would take him over into Kentucky, and then that way he could go up north.
Okay. Well, they'll find a place. But he tells you where.
All right. So I pay him $50.
He quickly pockets that money right away.
Brianna is watching.
Hi, Brianna.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, you.
TikTok. Most recently, that dude 281,
Hello.
and there was another one, and it disappeared on me. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt the flow. But
we were gaming.
welcome to you too.
Okay, well, anywho, so
Probably when we were going shopping.
yes,
I don't know if you will make that available or not, but I wanted to go get
Speedo.
no
Hey,
a lever action Winchester shotgun.
You want me to look that up? Okay, I have to ask you, since you're the kind of the overlord of the whole world that we're in at the moment.
Who? Mike?
Is there things in here in Memphis that I can find?
Possible.
Depends. Yeah, possible.
Like a heavily modified steam wagon?
You'd find a steam wagon heavily modified.
Probably in Nashville, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd probably have to contact Smith and Robards and have it delivered and either modify it yourself or someone modify
Well,
it. Depending on what you want modified. What do you want?
there's also the Richmond Ironworks.
True.
Richmond Ironworks.
Yeah. But they
We saved them when the
Right.
Union attacked.
but it depends on what you want
Bridge.
modified about
I'm just being silly.
it. Oh.
A steam Gatling, a regular Gatling, and a cannon. Fully armored with armored wheels.
Okay, that's going to take a while because they have to actually reinforce the thing
Right.
so it doesn't blow over every time. you
No, I'm
fire.
not thinking that we can get this to
Yeah.
go on this adventure. I mean,
Well, it'd be so heavy,
right.
it might not even your top speed would be like 5 miles an hour.
Trying to
Because remember, this is steampunk technology.
Right.
So
right.
putting all three of those on a metal frame, it has to be strong enough to hold it.
I'd probably drop it down to just the steam Gatling and the regular Gatling.
Still be pretty.
You're putting.
Well, it just mounts is all that, you mount.
But having the weapons on there
Right.
and then firing them if it's not light enough, or if it's too light, fire a steam Gatling gun, the whole thing's going to shudder and roll
Right.
off the road. So it's got to be reinforced to actually hold that amount of weight and recoil.
Now you do have the place for you guys. What's the factory?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like I say, getting a steam wagon, no problem. Depending on what you want modified, they might have one, but
Just
it's
armored and.
armored.
I mean, they could probably do that at the factory, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I'm not in a hurry to have it for this adventure. I'm just saying if he orders it.
Yes, like they could probably be done there. Kind of like you're using up kind of your income there in a way.
Yeah, totally.
So.
Yeah.
And
Basically, he'd probably send a letter to his bank and say, "Hey, send this amount of money to these guys.
Yeah.
Don't ask why."
So yeah, I mean, plus it'd be like that. Since he does have engineering, you have engineering. That would be something you could all work on. And
Steam engineering too.
You'll just have to.
Fully armored steam wagon with a steam Gatling is what.
that would be something.
And rocket boosters, because I did find those in there too.
They do have.
Those are fresh off the drawing board according to the
Yeah.
Sears and Roebuck. So
So that means the reliability is probably
shitty as hell, yeah. but fun to have.
good. Yeah. You just have to take some driving lessons.
Yeah.
And you do have an inventor next door too.
Because actually, that's one thing that
I have team steering, but I don't know how to drive a steam wagon.
Right.
Stretch.
It's totally different.
Right.
Yeah. Because I was actually thinking about having Copperhead start putting points in velocity and see what they learn.
Well, they have those. They have steam mules.
Well, the duck
Yeah.
is a steam wagon on the ground, so you can learn how to drive it through them.
Oh, okay.
You can learn the skill there, pretty much,
Yeah.
because it's a boat and it goes land. It's amphibious.
Well, if we have downtime in between games, that's what Kelvin will be working on.
Yeah, you can start doing plans and then you can work on it and stuff like that.
Considering what we've been facing, it almost seems like it's a necessity to have something a little bit more. My video interrupted.
Too low frames per second. So internet's messing up. Okay. Okay. Well, anyway. Go ahead. So, yeah, you guys can kind of do that. You know, whatever you need. If there's stuff you want to buy or talk to Felix about it.
I'll make that order.
Yeah, I buy the Colt revolving shotgun rifle.
Okay.
And then I assume Julius is gonna stay here. This is what I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to bring him along, but I'm also gonna give him. I've got like $42 in the swear jar down there. Use that to buy food and stuff with for the pantry. And I also want to see him about. I guess I'll wait when he gets down here, but I want to see him about buying a cook.
Oh, okay.
And the other room that I have set up will be for them, so that way I can get my cheap, you know, like
There's the thing in the Flip Robar is a flapjack maker.
yeah.
$1,000 to buy it, but it makes 30 pancakes a minute.
Oh my goodness.
And Jaguars on TikTok joined. Welcome.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome to the
But
Raconteur
yeah.
Society.
Get like probably a woman, you know, to cook, and then that way if the kids need something else,
Okay.
they have a kind of a mother figure there, but kind of a room and board, so that way I can pay cheap per night per day. For,
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know how that should be, so it'll be what to talk with Dale how much.
As far as like wages and stuff, they're pretty cheap. I mean, there's probably about $4 to $5 is what most people make
A month.
week.
A week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm thinking about $2 or $3 a week, and then they get room and board.
Okay.
So.
I think it was on to Carl. The cookhouse keeps ringing.
Oh yeah.
Somebody put a diesel motor in a Volkswagen Beetle. Doing all kinds with it. Yeah, Kelvin's his thought process on the whole thing is we should probably upgrade as far as we can our weaponry and defenses if we're going to start doing dumb shit like killing gods.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's.
An armor-plated steam wagon might be just what we need. Less chance of the horses dying.
Matt Johnson's on Facebook.
Hola!
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook at the moment.
Showing 0 on
Did Facebook shut down or?
It's got low frame rate.
We have to see about what it costs to get one of those portable internet hotspots. We're gonna start doing more streaming. We're gonna have to have a good internet pole. Any cellular service has those.
And Ben was mentioning of Discord.
Yeah,
Like,
Discord's a mess.
infinite load stream.
Yeah, I don't know how to do Discord yet. I'm still working on it.
But thanks for the input, Ben.
Yep. Thanks, Ben. You the man. Probably we're gonna have to draw for chips because this is going to be kind of more of an adventure here. So, what do you think?
Well, it's 9:15 at this point.
Right. We'll wait for Brad to get back.
And I do
Ow!
need to-
Oh,
You alright?
Charlie horse.
Damn it, Chuck!
Damn it, Charlie! Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, like, and follow.
Go fast!
We're trying to get to 50 subscribers so we can give away Steve's other set of dice.
We'll have more videos on YouTube soon.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you're going to see the full games like you're watching right now. You're going to see character introductions, of which we need to do one for Father, your character.
Oh, Father Julius.
Father Julius. And you'll see some other stuff that we come up with, just random this and that.
Out of my pants.
The Raconteur Society stuff. You'll see our LARP games, which happen the last Saturday of every month. LARP. This year they're running Grimm,
Grim Fantasy.
based on the Grimm fairy tales.
Do you think I should offer this or no?
Christopher Short 82 has joined us on TikTok. Thanks, Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
Yeah.
You guys see on the sandwich board at the farmer's market, that sign that's on the bottom of it?
Oh, I shared that.
If you know,
Oh, is that what you're
you
doing?
know
They want to
Thaco,
record.
LARP, and yeah. It's the link to our page. I thought I put on a link tree there, but I actually put a link to the Facebook page instead. That's at the bottom of my sandwich board in front of my booth. So I've had people walk up and look at it and start smiling and walk away. It's hilarious. Like, oh yeah. I've actually met a couple role-playing people in Galesburg I'd never met before, and have games going on in the town that I didn't even know existed. Yeah, this one guy was like, "Yeah, we got."
It's friended Ben. It said add friend this time.
Did it?
So,
I tried to, but it might be my privacy settings.
I may have seen through that. Sorry, Ben, we haven't done it in a while.
I just never think people want to be my friend.
That's true. I certainly don't.
Your friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it too.
I've got my
He just said it's. What would he say earlier? At the beginning.
That's so weird that, honest to God, I can't believe Taryn won that. That's just weird. It's like fate wants all of our original people to win stuff.
Ben said earlier, 2 hours ago, he said Facebook feed has really improved, big bold, since you began. So,
Good.
which I think it looks a lot better.
That's great.
That's great. Now it's not working
Now we're
anymore.
done.
It's telling us, hey, you guys, it's quitting time. Come on.
I mean, did you guys still want to keep playing? Because if you did, I don't know. So we're playing low life now.
Much better chip. All right. Well, you guys can kind of prep and do everything you want.
I'm gonna take a bath.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All together.
Yeah. Group bath.
Turkish bath.
That's what you do downstairs.
Bath
You
with
have a big
turkeys.
Turkish bath.
I do have
wet feathers everywhere.
It's like 80 turkeys suddenly. Turkish bath.
Oh God, it's so hot water and they smell weird. This is
Oh,
fine.
this is so clean.
Surely nothing. Certainly no disease can come from this.
I do have a bath stairs.
Okay. Yep. Hot
Bath
water.
room with an actual tub and everything
Yep.
upstairs.
Okay.
So we'll get some
But that's his.
hot water going.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
you guys can
hot
use
bath.
Hey, Kyle, can I borrow your bathtub?
Clink.
I'll just do it.
Sure, just bring it back when you're done.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody asks me to borrow toilet paper. No, you can keep it. Really, I'm just gonna give it
Now
to you.
there is, I have to tell you though, because sometimes his equipment isn't always running perfectly. So sometimes you'll get in there and it'll be like scalding cold or hot, and it'll be fine.
Scolding cold.
Scalding cold. That's that ice.
It's so cold it
Oh,
burns.
this-
It burns.
This cold scolding.
Oh, look at
So
that.
cold it yells at you.
Oh, I'm cold. Don't get in me.
Scolding.
Hot fish for today's street.
Don't go. What are you doing? Don't get in me.
Don't get in me.
That sounded horrible.
Yeah.
It did. It
Jamboree
sounded.
shower.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes the power will fluctuate. Kind of like that.
The phonograph in the corner is like that.
He's got
Oh,
an
no, that's
electric
the Evil Dead
phonograph.
cabinet.
That's not a winder.
The player piano that's plugged into the wall is.
Which is just this little guy sitting there going, he's eating a sandwich. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, well, it is 9:20. I know how long Dennis was saying.
This is a good place to stop.
Yeah, it's a good place to stop.
We can just kind of discuss what we're going. You guys are going to do. You're going to try. What are you going to do when you get there? So.
Kill everybody.
When
Okay.
we get to Nashville,
Yeah, Nuke Nashville.
I guess the first thing is to get her out. So we're going to want to scout out the brothels,
Okay.
find her, communicate with her, and hopefully get her out of there.
Okay.
And then hopefully maybe she'll give us some more information on where exactly Connor is,
Okay.
or where we can expect to find him. After that, we'll either go, if he's at his mansion, we'll go there, and just assault the place,
Okay.
pretty much. That's my thought.
With pepper spray.
Yeah, with pepper spray,
Okay.
with eggs and toilet paper.
Oh, you're going to make such a mess.
before that, we can
Oh, don't
also,
throw soap on my window.
we could also try and somehow interrupt his cash flow or start getting some bad.
Oh, play with
Well,
it.
that's like a
Play with
long-term
them first.
thing. I want
Yeah.
this to be quick and short.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you start messing with them too much, it might backlash on us.
Yeah, because that would give him time to actually gather people up. And,
True.
And Bo will probably say he won't be expecting an attack at all.
That's true.
Yeah, he won't expect us to come looking for him. At all. He thinks he's got big enough britches. He's thinking.
Did you
Yeah.
guys want to use any of your military connections or anything like that, or you think you'll look into it more when
not
you get there?
really, but do we want to bring the Gatling gun?
Yeah. Yes. We are bringing it.
You can bring it if you want. I'm not gonna stop you on
So, your shopping list did get purchased. So we know.
Okay,
The wagon that we got is a covered wagon.
I'll work.
The
We're
Gatling gun. The
We're
Gatling,
moving to Kentucky.
the Gatling gun is mounted inside of it, facing outwards, the back.
Okay. With a flap on the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's what
it has a canvas cover on over the gun too. So if you look in the wagon, there's a flap. But if you look in, it'll just be a canvas.
Probably with a drawstring thing, so it can actually pull down the entire.
And it's completely swivel.
Well-
And it can go forward or backwards.
Okay. We got the paint, the brush.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything you ordered is in the wagon.
One thing we could do, I guess, is we could wire to Longstreet or Robert E. Lee, whatever, and see if they can give us a writ that says that we're under authority.
Okay, we can role play that out when we do that. So
Send a letter to Lee.
Either
Hey,
that or
you do have one in contact, so
either that, or we can send one to his daughter, the Rangers, and see about getting a writ from them too.
it's up to you. You want to do both? Or you want
We
to
can
try?
do both.
Okay.
One's up to
Have them
Bo.
both. Wouldn't do
It's up
it
to Bo, because that's his contact.
Well, it's hard. Yeah. Well, you also have the other one that you guys have dealt with before. What's his name? You told me.
Felix?
No, the other ranger.
The one that looks
Oh,
like
Hank One-Eye Catcher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hank Ketchum.
What did we deal with?
Well, the scientists that got kidnapped.
Oh, yeah.
He was there, and then he came down with his daughter for the Christmas thing. 'Cause
Okay.
He knew Felix.
Well, actually, he would probably be a better bet then.
Yeah. Probably a higher ranking.
He is higher ranked.
I can't get much higher than General Lee. So.
No.
Yeah, but he's not actually a part of the military anymore. He just has pull in the military.
Longstreet does.
The Longstreet does, yeah.
I already put him in.
Oh.
Well, shit, there was something else I was gonna say, but I got it. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I guess.
I'll kind of work on this. We're going to continue this then, and then.
Yeah, I would like to, because I don't want to stop and
Yeah.
Story should be all the way through.
Yep. Okay.
This just happens to be in unusual circumstances because,
Well, I mean, if Wayne's playing, he
you
can
know,
jump in. So.
yeah, we
It's
haven't
perfect
left yet,
time.
so.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go, so he shows up. He's like, oh, yeah.
And since you're kind of wanting to do more of an assault thing, you know, we can maybe make it fast.
Yeah.
I kind of have an idea what's going to happen.
Well, this gives you time to plan it out more, too.
Sorry, at first I was kind of like, trying to think of the one. All right, well, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in.
Really appreciate it, as always, you guys. So, take care. God bless. Happy days.
See you
Next
all
week.
next Tuesday.
Next same
Tuesday.
time.
Don't forget,
Ben,
go to
take care.
yeah, Ben. Don't forget, go to YouTube. Go to our link tree. Go through all of our links. Play with them. Send us stuff. Go to YouTube. The next giveaway is at 50 subscribers. We're giving away Steve's Dice. And at 10K on TikTok, we're giving away something super special. So, thanks again, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye. Hello.
Good night.